What is good? Philly Take Nation, NBA Nation, welcome on in to another edition of Philly Take with RB Playoff Game Day Live. It's game number 5. It is an instant classic of a series, but we are now at a best of 3. We are back in OKC at the Pregame Center, and it all comes down to this. Spurs, Thunder. One team is going to have a huge advantage after tonight. Series tied 2-2. Who can come out and who can rebound from an up and down rocky road series? Will it be the two-time MVP SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder, or will it be the alien Victor Wembanyama, who continues to dominate this playoffs? Guess we'll have to find out, man. It's all about to go down. I am ready to rock. Let's go, man. Happy Tuesday. Let's get it going, man. Big one tonight. Just as a basketball fan, I get to sit back and watch one of the biggest games of the season. I'm ready to go, man. I am ready to go. Hope y'all are doing well, man, because I am. Hope everybody's locked in. If you're a Thunder or a Spurs fan out there, let me tell you something, man. You got to be shaking a little bit, man. You got to be biting your fingernails or something. Just a little bit on edge, right? Or are you confident? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And once again, welcome in to the NBA Playoff Game Day Live Show, our continuation of the live coverage throughout the NBA playoffs. I hope everybody's doing well. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you're tapping in from. And welcome in to the NBA Playoff Game Day Live Show, brought to you by our friends all season long at National University. And as always, we are powered by Kalshi app. Check them out this week. So, like I said, man, series tied 2-2. We'll give you the pregame, live game, postgame coverage. We'll break everything down in real time with our staple play-by-play reactions and analysis. And we'll read out your comments, man, and we will try to analyze what is, I mean, you just can't overstate or understate, actually, how big this game is. I mean, the magnitude of this game. This is the biggest game of the playoffs. And we're going to talk about who has more pressure. We're going to talk about who has the edge tonight. Tell you what, man, a lot of interesting storylines. Do me a favor, if you are in the chat right now, and look, I need y'all to listen up, man. We already have 60 people in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's been hanging out with us for these playoffs. We have been live the last 3 or 4 nights now. And I need y'all to help me pump these likes up, man. Why do I ask you to do that? Because I care about the likes specifically? No. Because we are out here giving you this live coverage and content every single day, man. And by you hitting the like button and subscribing and getting in the comments and the live chat, that helps skyrocket us through the algorithm. So I need everybody to hit that thumbs up. That way we can pump this thing through the searchability algorithm and all that good stuff, and we can get more NBA fans in the house tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on noties. That way you don't miss any of our content. We're dropping shorts every day. We're dropping videos multiple times a week. And we are going live for every single game. We will be live for the rest of the playoffs. And last but not least, make sure you follow us on all social medias. We are pumping out extra content. So much going on right now, man. Follow the Philly Take with RB pages everywhere, every social platform. And shout out to our members in the chat. All right, let's kick it off with the pregame show, man. First off, I want to give some shout outs to the people that are already in here. I want to give some shout outs to the people that are already locked into the chat. I don't usually do that right away, but I want to show some love to the people that are showing love to me. We got my guy Beer Batter Gummy Shark in the chat. What's up, Beer Batter Gummy Shark? What time is it where you're tapping in from, Beer Battered? I know my guy's in Australia. What time is it there, man? Clint, what's going on, bro? We got great channel members in the house. Daniel, what's up? David, what's up? We got Thunder fan number 1, Roadrunner, in the chat. He says OKC in 6. Roadrunner was chirping last night with the Knicks fans. Trust me, we'll talk a little more about the Knicks tonight because I've heard some things today on some different channels, and let's just say people are starting to believe that the Knicks can win it all. What do you guys think, man? We have Suits in the chat. We have Sports with Sage in the chat. Busy Bees in the house. Let's give some shout outs to these people, man. Let's go. We got Dawood in the chat. Who else we got, man? 1, 2, 3 Sixers. What's up? Who else we have in here, man? Drop some comments, get active in the chat, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Hope everybody is doing well. Man, I mean, this game is going to be massive. This is going to be a massive, massive, massive game. Hold on. There we go. This is going to be a massive game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Couple things I want to say about this game as we preview it tonight. First and foremost, the injuries are very much a storyline tonight. We heard yesterday that AJ Mitchell was already ruled out for this game with a, I believe, right ankle strain or something. He's got, what is it, right soleus strain. So AJ Mitchell is out. He's missed the last couple games, and not having AJ Mitchell, I think, is going to be a huge loss for the OKC Thunder. I mean, he does so much coming off the bench. You saw the Thunder get absolutely decimated last game. A lot of people were wondering, when is the last time the Thunder scored 82 points in a game? It had not happened in the last 5 years. So we're actually happened 5 years ago. So it's been a long time since the Thunder got shut down the way that they did in Game 4. Would I expect that to happen again? Probably not. But then again, this series has been very hard to predict on both sides of things. So AJ Mitchell's out. That is going to hurt for the OKC Thunder. And then on top of that, Jalen Williams is out once again with his left hamstring injury. Well, actually, he was listed as questionable. Let me see if they updated the injury report at all. I don't believe Jalen Williams is going to play. Let's see if they have the final report. Yeah, Jalen Williams downgraded to out. So they tried to maybe fool him a little bit, but Jalen Williams officially out with his left hamstring. Personally, it doesn't feel like he's going to come back at all. I mean, once you hurt the hamstring, it's one thing, but once you re-injure it, I mean, that's a whole different story. So my point is, the Spurs are entirely healthy. And I talked last night about being healthy. And sometimes the healthiest, the luckiest teams that stay healthy go all the way. The New York Knicks are completely healthy. And the San Antonio Spurs are now completely healthy. Meanwhile, the Thunder are dealing with injuries. That is just the name of the game, and it happens sometimes. So, that's point number 1 I wanted to make. Point number 2 that I wanted to make. Just as a basketball fan, I'm getting tired of all the blowouts in these conference finals. They have not been that entertaining. Now, I know Game 1 was like an absolute treat. It made it feel like this series was going to be the best one of all time. But the 3 games since Game 1 and the entire Eastern Conference Finals was a bunch of blowouts. I would like to see more close games. I would like to see some intense cardio action. Yeah, I can't believe RB is asking for cardio action and cardiac action, but that's what I'm asking for. I want like a thriller epic game again. And I think tonight could be the one because, again, it is game number 5. And really, it comes down to a couple keys for both teams. What I will say for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this is the most important game of their entire season. All the pressure is riding on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, every time you have asked these guys and this unit to step up and take charge and really take ownership of the moment with their backs against the wall, they do it. And the Thunder have another opportunity to do that tonight. Now, if they lose this game and they go back to San Antonio down 3-2, you're asking for trouble because that place will be rocking. We saw how the Spurs looked last game at home. Personally, I believe that the Thunder have all the pressure in the world tonight. But again, every time they've had the question, they answer it. Every single time. So when I look at this game tonight, there's a couple main keys, all right? If I'm the OKC Thunder, one thing I want to do is I want to get SGA going downhill. I want to get him to the free throw line. You know, I want him to be aggressive and not come out in the first quarter with 2 shot attempts. Like, SGA's got to get going, especially without J-Dub, without AJ Mitchell. We'll see if anybody else can step up, like maybe another big Caruso game or a Jared McCain game off the bench or whoever, right? And maybe Chet can actually wake up and play this series. But SGA is the MVP. He has to be the guy. And on the flip side, the OKC Thunder have to create easy points in transition off of steals, and they need to be physical with Victor Wembanyama. The 2 games of this series where Victor has dominated and his gravity has just spaced everybody away from him are the games where San Antonio is dominated. Yeah, the game is kind of simple, guys. You put your best players out there. They do the things well that make them NBA stars. You make the right substitutions as a coach, and you win ball games when you hit shots. It is as simple as that. Are the Thunder going to shoot? I don't even know what they shot last game total. It was 9% in the first half. I remember that from 3. Last game, the Spurs shot 27% from 3, and the Thunder shot 18% from 3. They shot 33% from the field last game. Is that going to happen again? No. It's definitely not going to happen again. But if the Spurs can limit them to, let's say, 36, they have a chance. Thunder had 20 turnovers last game. It was one of the most uncharacteristic OKC games that we have seen maybe ever in this tenure. But I also want to give credit to the San Antonio Spurs because their defense right now is the closest thing to being able to stop SGA and the Thunder. Stephon Castle in particular has played the best, yeah, I'm saying it, the best on-ball defense against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that I've seen anybody play against them. Is that a fair statement? I mean, Stephon Castle is literally all over him. And if the refs are not bailing him out, he looks pretty contested. He looks clamped up. That's how good Stephon Castle has been on the defensive end. That's how good Devin Vassell has been. They have so many 3-and-D weapons. I think Dylan Harper's going to have a big game off the bench tonight. I think Fox is going to have to be that distributor. But it comes down to Wemby, right? It comes down to SGA and it comes down to Wemby. Sure, the role players have to hit shots. You have to generate looks and yada, yada, yada. But simply put, in the 2 games where the OKC Thunder have won, they just completely dominated San Antonio. And last game, San Antonio completely dominated OKC. So it's really simple. It really is. Which team is going to get out in transition? Which team is going to create easy opportunities? Do the little things well. I did not think we would see a game like we saw in Game 4 at all from OKC. It was very shocking. It was surprising. Anything can swing momentum in this series. But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to the simple stuff, you know? Got to hit your shots, got to generate looks, and I will say I thought Mark Dagnall's coaching in Game 4 was very strange. I thought he played way too many players early. I thought he went deep into the rotation more than he had to. Like, you know, he's playing Caruso like, 15 minutes last game when he should have played way more. They had Wiggins playing more than Caruso. A couple weird things last game. But nonetheless, we've seen OKC bounce back before. So I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. But I will say again that the Thunder have to win this game. They have to win this game. I mean, the Thunder could win one on the road in San Antonio and come back for Game 7, but I think that's going to be a really tall task, especially without Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell. So those are my main keys. If I'm the Thunder, I'm trying to get as physical as I can with Wembanyama, maybe get him in foul trouble, kind of give him a few shots to the side early, let him know, hey, you're not going to dominate the paint all night. And if I am San Antonio, I'm just doing whatever I can to get the ball out of SGA's hands. They double-teamed him a lot early in the game last game. Then Stephon Castle was locking him up. Seems like they're one team that has answers. So that is where I'm at, man. And who do I think could be the X factor tonight? For OKC, I think Chet has to wake the heck up. He's been sleeping all series. I think Caruso can be the guy. And for San Antonio, yeah, I just think it's Stephon Castle with his on-ball defense, really. Outside of Wemby, of course. So we will see. We will see what happens. But we got 75 people in here. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Get us to 100 likes. Please take a second, go down, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. We are covering every game for the rest of the playoffs. We watched the Knicks Cavs last night, and we talked about the New York Knicks. They have punched their ticket to the finals. And now they're going to get 9 days of rest before game 1 of the finals. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? We will get to that later in the show. And we will watch this game. I'm ready to just sit back and watch hoops as a basketball fan. Like, the stakes are high, and it is now or never, man. It is now or never. So, we will get to the comments in here. We will get to some of your final takes. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is a good time to go into our final predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I need from you in the chat right now. Give me your final score prediction for number 5 of the series. Game number 5, final score prediction. Who gets the W tonight? Give me your honest take. And let me know, who do you think is going to be the leading scorer tonight? And how many points will they have? Once again, give me your final score prediction in the chat. Who is going to get the W tonight? And who will be the leading scorer? And how many points will they have? I want all those predictions down in the comments. I'm going to give you mine here on the other side. But before I do that, got to let you know about our partners of the show over at Kalshi. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet checked out Kalshi, now is the time to do so, because we are getting to the most electric time in basketball. It is the NBA Finals coming up next. You can trade on Kalshi every single playoff game, series, the conference finals right now still, and the championship. With Kalshi, they are the largest prediction market, and if you go over and check them out, the Thunder currently have the best percentage odds to win it all. They are trading at a 49% chance right now, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $205 if they take the title. You also have the New York Knicks, who have bumped up to second on that list. They are trading at a 27% chance to win it all, meaning a $100 trade right now would pay out $371 if the Knicks take the title. As the playoffs heat up, all those numbers move in real time. You can buy in or out of your position at any time. On Kalshi, you are trading against peers in a live market, meaning there is no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, check out Kalshi. Download their app, use the code PhillyTake, and get $10 when you trade 10. Once again, that's Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything, 18 plus, only restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. For more info, see kalshi.com/regulatory. All right, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of predictions, it is time for our final predictions. So I think that this game is going to finally give us a treat. I think we've had too many blowouts here in the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of gotten dry. So I think we're going to cycle it back to game 1. I think it's going to be down to the wire. Last couple of possessions. And I think that the OKC Thunder, with their championship DNA, with their championship pedigree, are going to pull it out. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think Wemby is going to ball out. I think some of the Spurs players are going to hit big shots, but ultimately, I just can't count against what the Thunder have done in the big moments. Every time they've been faced with a moment like this, they pull through. Now, again, I do think the injuries are going to really hurt them. And I do think they're going to need a big-time performance tonight out of a Jared McCain or a Caruso, Chet, whoever it is, Case and Wallace. But I just don't see a way that the Thunder are going to shoot as bad as they did last game. And I think they know they need this. They are desperate right now. They need this win tonight. So I'm going to say a cardiac, nail-biting thriller. And the Thunder win it by 4 points. I'm going to say 107-103. Thunder get the win. And I do believe that SGA will lead the game in points tonight. I think Wemby will be up there, but I'm going to say SGA drops 34 points as now the two-time reigning MVP. So 34 for SGA, a 107-103 win, and the Thunder take the 3-2 edge in the series. I'm hoping for a really good game tonight. That's how I feel. What do you guys think? Give me your thoughts in the comments right now. And guys, 33 on the like button. Y'all are slacking right now, man. Let's go. Get the likes up to 100. Can we get 100 before the game? Let's go. Let's go. Can we get up to 100 likes? Hit the thumbs up button so we can push this through the algorithm. Thank you for hanging out with me here on this Tuesday night for what is going to be the biggest game of the playoffs so far. How do we feel? How do we feel? Someone in the chat said McCain is getting the start tonight. Is he? That would be an interesting move by Mark Daigneault, going with a Jared McCain over a Case and Wallace. I feel like Case and Wallace has played pretty well, so I don't know why he would start McCain, but if Jared McCain is starting, which we'll see here in a minute, I think that McCain will ball out. I think he'll be fine. But I don't know why Daigneault keeps changing everything up. Let's see. Wemby, 28 and 15 tonight, says Beer Battered. SGA with 34 flops. Infinite says, yo, Spurs get the win tonight. 114-109 cardiac hoops. And Wemby with a solid 27, 14, and 5 blocks. That is a big prediction right there. We got Santiago. He says OKC gets the dub tonight, 118-105. SGA with 34. Busy B says SGA 28, OKC 113-108 with the W. Dawood says my gut is saying the Spurs get a close win, 106-100. Wemby 31-17. Yo, let's drop the beat, man. Can we drop the beat? Let's go. Drop some fires in the chat. We'll read out some more predictions as we go. Drop them in the comments. It's game number 5. Dom says Thunder 112-103. Shea drops 32. Chet finally steps up with 25. Roadrunner says SGA 35. Russo 24. 115-103 Thunder. McCain and Hartenstein, the X Factor for us tonight, says Roadrunner. Thunder 113-108, SGA 31, says Clint. Dom says, hit the like button. Busy B says, my glorious king is starting. That means Jared McCain's in. Big moment for him. Big opportunity. He struggled mightily last game off the bench. Can Jared McCain bounce back? Will the Oklahoma City Thunder make it happen? Will they get a big win, or will the Spurs come out of nowhere and take over the Paycom Center and take a 3-2 lead heading back to San Antonio? All the stakes are high. It is now or never. And I couldn't be any more excited, man. This game is going to be fantastic. I hope it is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go, man. Welcome on in. Game number 5. It is the Spurs and the Thunder in OKC for one of the biggest games of the season. I'm RB. This is the Playoff Game Day live show. We give you the pregame, the live game, and the postgame coverage. We'll break it down all night long, and we will see who can come out victorious. Stakes have never been higher, man. If you guys have not yet, hit that like button, get us to 100 likes. We are putting out these extra shows for you. Third night in a row that we are live. We have a lot to talk about. We'll talk about the Knicks, Cavs, a little bit more on that. We will talk about Spurs and Thunder. And we will see what happens, man, because let me tell you something. Thunder have to win this game. Like, they literally have to win. I'm not saying it's impossible if they don't win, but it's very slim. Your odds get very, very slim. Dom says Thunder with a side of McRain. I like that. That's actually a great way to put that. It's pretty brilliant, to be honest. Chris says the Knicks fans want the Spurs to win and Wemby wants his revenge. Who do you think would be a better matchup for the New York Knicks? Who do you think would be a better matchup overall for New York? Because it's interesting, right? Like, the Spurs are pretty healthy. The Thunder are not as healthy. But I also like the championship pedigree of the OKC Thunder. Like, again, maybe the Thunder get blown out tonight and history finally reverses itself, but it's just hard for me to see that. Mark Dagnall said it in his postgame a couple nights ago. He said, look, some nights you just don't have it. We can't completely burn the tape. We can't just throw it away. But, like, that wasn't us tonight. You know? Took accountability, unlike some other coaches. Cough, cough, Kenny Atkinson. But they're going to come back out here and battle. And they've built a culture where they're not afraid to fail, you know, and adjust and adapt. And they just play so calm and smooth and just very nonchalant in terms of, like, being relaxed for very young players. So I think the Knicks would have a better shot at beating San Antonio, even though they are the healthier team, just because it is their first hoorah. It is their first journey. They're still learning some things. I think the Thunder are deeper, but if Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell can't play at all, I mean, that does change things. So we will see. I did like the comment in here a few minutes ago about Hartenstein being an X factor. I feel like Isaiah Hartenstein's had a very interesting series. Like, sometimes you completely feel his presence, and sometimes you're like, oh, I forgot he's even on the team. Now, last game, he had like 4 push shots in a row to begin the game, and then he was quiet for the rest of it. I think Chet Holmgren has to be the guy tonight. I mean, Chet has not been able to do anything. Maybe it's because of the way he plays. Maybe it's his fit against some of the bigger players on San Antonio, the lengthier defenders, and, of course, Wemby. But Chet is just making bad decisions with the ball. He hasn't been able to shoot a lick, and his defense hasn't really been that good. Like, Chet hasn't stood out to me in this series in any way at all. But one thing I will say is for the Spurs, even though they are young, this is their first ride, I mean, they don't seem phased either. They're a good team. So we will see what happens. The Spurs are going to keep their same starting lineup. There is Mitch Johnson. It'll be De'Aaron Fox. It'll be Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie. It'll be Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle. And here come the OKC Thunder starting lineup. Chat told me that McCain would get the start tonight. Let's see. They're showing highlight tapes now of the Thunder playing great defense. That's what they need to do tonight. Maybe they're trying to remind the Thunder, hey, here's how you need to play defense. You need to play physical tonight. Still showing a highlight reel now. Dom says, I'm kind of clever and creative. That was very creative, man. Shout out to Dom, man. Guys, get this to 100 likes. Let's go, chat. Let's go. OKC, Knicks have no chance against OKC. Busy says, I want to see the flop masters against each other. Chris says, Knicks defeated the Spurs several times this year. They never defeated OKC yet. Starting for the Thunder, SGA. Jared McCain gets the start over Cason Wallace tonight. Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Very interesting lineup. They replace Cason Wallace's defense with more shooting in Jared McCain. No, Wemby has been playing great defense on him. That's the reason. I mean, yeah, but also Chet hasn't really done anything. I mean, I did say that Wemby's been playing good defense. His presence has been there, but Chet has not really tried to do anything else. I haven't really felt him be aggressive in this series, so we'll see. We will see. Thunder might have to tighten up just a little bit on the rotation. I don't know if Aaron Wiggins should be playing 25 minutes again. I think that's crazy. But they do go pretty deep usually, so we'll see. We will see. All right, man, let's do it. Let's do it. Game number 5 about to get underway. Philly take with RB. We are streaming every game in the playoffs. We're having fun, just watching hoops and enjoying the community. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Mark Daigneault does not look phased in the slightest. Looks like he's been here before. Kind of like that Nuggets series last year. He remembers what it felt like. He remembers what the pressure was like. Even Game 7 in the finals. So we will see. Even Game 6, I remember in the finals, the Pacers just kind of took over late, and yeah, it's wild. They've done this before, man. All right, here we go, man. Mark Daigneault says, it is a battle of wills when you get to this point in a series. That's a good quote. It's all about who's going to leave it out there on the line, man. We've seen different approaches in this series. Sometimes the Spurs have come out and been the aggressors right from the opening tip-off, and sometimes it's been OKC. That's what the beauty of this series is. You just can't predict what is really going to happen. So we will see, man. But here we go. Here we go. I am excited for this one. We got 100 people in the chat. Let's go. Let's push this through the algorithm, man. Welcome in. Thank you so much for giving me a chance and being here. Appreciate every single one of you, man. Thunder are going to rock their white jerseys here at home tonight, and the Spurs are black jerseys on the road. Keldon Johnson is giving a pep talk to Wemby. These were the, I think the jersey choices in Game 1. Thunder might have been in blue, I forget, but we're about to be off, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. All righty, here we go. First Western Conference Finals to be tied 2-2 since 2018. Warriors and Rockets. We remember how that one ended. We are off with the stinking drone cam, and the Spurs win the tip-off, of course. Here's Stefan Castle working against SGA. He drives downhill and kicks. Here's a 3 from De'Aaron Fox. It clanks off the rim, and the Thunder come away with their first board of the game. Here comes Shea around a screen. He's going to drive against Wemby. Steps back. Can't find any space. Now Jared McCain. McCain working against Fox. Kicks out to Ihart. Ihart sets a screen. Here's McCain downhill with the left hand. He's going to drive. Sees Wemby in his presence and throws it away. Spurs have it on the steal. Here's a 3 from Champagnie. That's off. Spurs get the rebound. 2 for $1. The pump fake, the drive, the kick. Here's Vassell up top to Fox. Fox working against Dort. Now Castle. Castle against SGA. The cross to the left. Spins to the right. Had it poked away, and SGA has it. Here come the OKC Thunder. Shea out to McCain. McCain going to find Dort. Dort for 3. It's clanked. Chet gets the offensive rebound. Nice play. Turn, spins, fades. Got it. Chet Holmgren with the first points of the game. Thunder are on fire. The fans are, that is. They're going nuts. A missed 3 by Vassell. And here comes the MVP SGA. McCain with the sidestep, working against Vassell now, the lengthy wing. He steps back. McCain for two. He missed everything. Dort tried to track it down. The Spurs have it, though. 1.5 minutes into this game. Here is Fox, the drive, the spin. He goes up through contact. Can't get it. No whistle. Chet was sleeping. Ball poked away. Here's Vassell down low to Wemby. Wemby had it poked away, and he goes tumbling on the ground. Here come the Thunder. 5-on-4. Hartenstein to the corner. Dort for three. It's off. Nobody can buy a bucket here to begin this ball game. It is 2-0. Castle with the one dribble pull up. He knocks it down. And the Spurs have their first lead of the game. Whew. Here we go, man. Let's go. Hartenstein going to hand off to McCain. McCain guarded by Fox. Here's Chet. Chet working against Vassell. He drives and spins. The pull-up. Bang! Chet is on it to begin this one. Here come the Spurs down the other end. Fox going to answer quickly with a little fillet. Spurs back on top. Fox is grimacing a bit. Got to keep an eye on that ankle. SGA downhill. He's going to find Hartenstein, and it's stolen by Wemby. Wemby's going to bring it up the floor. He looks like an alien, and he throws it away. A terrible mistake for Victor Wembanyama. Here's SGA down the other end. Steps back against Champagnie. SGA stepped through. Now he pulls up from the baseline. Can't get it to go. McCain trying to track it down. He cannot. Here comes San Antonio. Castle dumps it. Fox from the wing. No good. Dort the rebound. So Wemby, a couple mistakes early. He's walking around the floor. He probably is gassed from what he has had to do in the last game or two. Here's Hartenstein in the paint. He's wide open. Wemby does not look like he is awake. Wemby does not look like he is awake yet. Did somebody give Wemby his coffee? Does Wemby drink coffee? Probably not. Probably drinks, I don't know. Here's Champagnie from the corner at three, and he drills it. Somebody said apparently that Wemby doesn't look at blue light after 9 o'clock p.m. We know what he did in the offseason. He took his little retreat. They said Greg Popovich came in the locker room after game 3 and yelled at everybody. So Wemby's on a different lane right now. McCain throws it away again. Here come the Spurs. Vassell, Champagnie wide open from the wing. Cha-ching! The Spurs take an 11-6 lead. They are on fire. Mitch Johnson's got that look in his eyes, and they have a 5-point lead. Even with Wemby looking out of it to start this game, the San Antonio Spurs are on fire.
He's on fire!
So the San Antonio Spurs have come out shopping. It is Julian Champagnie. Don't say the name. Former Sixer Julian Champagnie. 2 threes here in the first 4 minutes. Well, yeah, I don't know what happened to Victor Wembanyama, man. He's kind of sleeping here to begin this game, and he's like, it's all good. My team has me. No worries. What does Wemby eat for breakfast, man? Does he eat like Greek yogurt and probiotics? I don't know what he does, man. But Victor Wembanyama, hopefully they gave him some caffeine before this game because he looks pretty gassed right now. Trust me, I know. You don't want your big man getting gassed in game 5 of a series. I understand why he would be, but they got to do whatever they have to do. And Jared McCain has 2 turnovers here. He's probably going to get pulled here if I would assume. I don't understand why Mark Daigneault went to Jared McCain in the starting lineup. And look, I love McCain, and I think he's a great player. I just don't understand why Daigneault keeps switching up the lineup and why he went away from Case and Wallace. I really don't understand that. I also don't understand why Lou Dort even starts on this team. I'd rather start Caruso if it was up to me. But that's why I'm here on a podcast mic, and Mark Daigneault is a championship head coach. But yeah, Caruso only played, I think, like 15 minutes last game, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's see. Do I have the box score last game? It was very weird. The rotations were weird. Caruso played 14 minutes last game, and Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, played 23. Isaiah Joe played 19. Kenrick Williams played 23, and Wiggins played 21, and McCain played 24. I don't understand why Caruso didn't play more in Game 4, but he needs to play more tonight. He had 31 in Game 1, he had 17 in Game 2, and he had 15 in Game 3. No A.J. Mitchell, no Jalen Williams for OKC. Dom says McCain's got to chill. Yeah, I mean, he is, he's doing a little too much right now. I don't think McCain should have the ball in his hands as much as he does right now. Vincent James says, thank heavens you're streaming. I'm at work and cannot watch. What's up, Vincent? We got you all covered. Hey, if y'all would do me a huge solid, we got 120 in here. Go down below. Hit the like button for me one time, man. Help us push this out to more NBA fans. We are streaming every game of the playoffs. So help your boy out, man. Let's go. Let's go. Dawood says Wallace is about to come in. I would bring Case and Wallace in. I mean, obviously, Jared McCain is just not looking, he doesn't look right to begin this game. Or maybe he's just not starter capable right now. But we'll see. We shall see. Roadrunner says, we're playing too loose and fast right into their hands. That is exactly what they want. I agree. Alrighty. Here we go. Jared McCain is going to stay in the ball game for OKC. So Dagnall going to trust his young guy. Here's SGA working against Champagnie. 10 on the shot clock. SGA is going to drive. He's going to turn. Lay it up at the rim, and he missed it. SGA had a perfect lane and could not put it through. Here comes Stephon Castle. He kicks to Vassell. Vassell going to dribble, kick up to Champagnie. Now Vassell. Here's Castle. Castle working against Jalen Williams. Throws it cross court. McCain tried to steal it. He lost the grasp. Fox into the lane. Floats it up. In and out. In and out. Here comes SGA and the Thunder. SGA going to find Dort. Now it's Chet against Wemby in the corner. That's right. Got to pull him out of the paint if you're OKC. Here's McCain. McCain trying to create again. Here's Chet going to find Lou Dort. Dort going to dribble. Drive with the left. Go in. What a find and what a take by Lou Dort. Big time bucket. It is a 3-point ball game. 6:45 to go now in the first. Here's Castle working at the wing against McCain. He's going to kick over to Champagnie. Champagnie off the dribble against Chet. Floats it up and in. Just a tough bucket by Julian Champagnie. He is on fire. Here's SGA, going to dribble into the lane, poked it away again. SGA with another lousy turnover, and here come the San Antonio Spurs. Champagnie lights it up and got it again.
He's on fire.
11 of the first 16 belong to former undrafted Julian Champagnie. Are you kidding me? Dort, McCain, Chet, turning and spinning. Champagnie's all over him. Wemby going to come over to trap. Chet fades away and gets it to go. Nice shot by Chet Holmgren to break the run. Wow. Here's Victor Wembanyama. He pump fakes, drives, and kicks. Champagnie again. This time he can't get it, but Wemby is pushed on the rebound. You guys don't know the story about Julian Champagnie. He was actually cut by the Sixers before training camp, and he was waived to sign Mac McClung. A lot of people speculated that the reason they got Mac McClung back and waived Champagnie was so they could have a guy in the dunk contest. So thank you to Sixers legend Mac McClung, but they lost former Sixers legend Julian Champagnie in the process. No pun intended. Here's Victor Wembanyama, guarded by Jalen Williams now. He finds Champagnie. He chucks up a three. This one's too far. Castle had it ripped away. Harper's in the game for Fox. It's going to go out of bounds, go to OKC. I will say, man, you have to have big performers in games like this, and sometimes it's the most random players, you know? Sometimes it is a Julian Champagnie 30-point game. So if he keeps it up, Spurs could have a really good shot to win this. Wemby hasn't even come alive yet. Here's Chet one-on-one against Harper. He's going to kick it out to Caruso in for the first time. Caruso bangs down the three. He comes in for McCain and immediately makes it a 3-point game. Castle weaves his way to the rim, goes up, missed the layup. Oh, Shackton a fool. I'm sorry, I got to do it to you, Stefan.
This guy stinks!
He just missed a wide open layup. I haven't seen something like that since Quentin Grimes did it 50 times this season. Here's SGA, poked away again. 3 turnovers for Shea. Spurs on the break. Harper missed the layup and Champagnie throws it down. 13 points of the first 18 belong to Julian Champagnie. Jalen Williams finds Chet. Now it's Cason Wallace in for the first time. He chucks a 3, can't get it to go. Spurs have it coming down the other end. Castle has it poked away. Thunder pick it up. Caruso taking it up the floor now. 4 to go in this first. Caruso to Shea. Shea's getting locked up by Champagnie right now. Here's Chet. Chet, the dribble, the drive against Wemby. No contest. Timeout on the floor, San Antonio. So it's the Chet Holmgren show. He has finally come alive. And and San Antonio getting an unbelievable effort out of Julian Champagnie here in the first quarter. He's got 13 points on 3 triples, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. Boy, oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Do me a favor, like the stream, get us to 100 likes so we can get this out to more fans like yourselves. Victor Wembanyama, 8 minutes played, 0 points, 1 rebound, 0 assist, and 1 turnover in 8 minutes. What's up with Wemby, man? Is he tired or what? Did he stay up playing video games or something? What's going on, Wemby? Then you have SGA. Man, SGA is getting locked up. It's not just Julian Champagnie with 13 points. He is locking up on the other end. I don't know if you guys can tell, man, but I love basketball, man. I just love doing this. I love the fact that I can sit up here, whether there's 2 people in the chat or 2,000 or whatever. I just love sitting up here and talking about sports, man. And all season long, I had to ride a roller coaster where I didn't even know what was coming next. You ever get on a ride and you don't know, like you didn't look at the actual ride and you're like, man, I don't know what's going to happen here. Is it going to drop? Is it going to go upside down, flip to the side? What's going to happen? That's how I felt all season watching my 76ers and calling games. But I don't have a horse in the race here. I'm just having fun watching it, man. And I think the beauty of this series, once again, is like you just don't know what's going to happen. Every game has been drastically different. It's hard to get really a gauge on like, all right, here's this tendency or here's this tendency. So it's just been fun to watch, man. It really has. Now, on the other side, we got the New York Knicks who have punched their ticket to the NBA Finals. I was reading up on some things today because, yeah, you know, it's kind of my job to do so, but I was reading some stuff and, you know, I gave the Knicks their credit last night. Their fans came flooding in the chat and a lot of them were saying, oh, you're not giving us enough credit, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I gave them very fair credit. Matter of fact, it got to a point where I put out even a clip about whether the Knicks can contend with the Thunder or Spurs. And then you have a lot of Knicks fans that come in and they're like, dude, why are you talking about the Knicks? You're just using the Knicks for more views. I mean, yeah, if nothing's going on with the Sixers, I'm going to talk about the playoffs. But anyway, that's a tangent. The Knicks have the best point differential through 11 games, an 11-game span in NBA playoff history. Now, did they get a little bit of a cakewalk? Sure. The Hawks were not ready to contend. The Sixers were banged up and had 0 bench. and the Cavaliers are frauds. But you can't take away the credit from what the Knicks are doing. And now people are saying, well, the Knicks may be at a disadvantage because they're going to be off for so long. They said the same thing before last series. Look, I'm starting to believe the Knicks have a little bit more of a chance here in this upcoming finals. Do I think that they're going to overtake the Thunder or the Spurs? Hard for me to say that because I don't think they've seen a defense like one of these yet. But I do think it's going to be a very deep final series, and I'm excited to stream it. But the Knicks do deserve some credit for the way they're playing. As much as I hate them, I got to tell it how it is. By the way, Wemby gave a little chest bump or a little shoulder hit to Chet Holmgren after that last time out. Wemby was not happy. Maybe he's just trying to get his frustrations out. Thunder get the takeaway. Here's Chet, drives in, turns, spins, lost it. It's poked away. It's going to stay with OKC. So, yeah, Wemby did not look happy to begin that game. The first 8 minutes, he's done absolutely nothing. But anyway, we'll see what happens here. Chet Holmgren is 4 of 4 with 8 points in this game. Here's SGA. SGA going to work against Keldon Johnson now, and he's fouled. We know Keldon Johnson is not afraid to get a little physical in this series, and he has. So we will see. All right, who do we have up in the chat, man? Let's go. I want y'all to get active in the comments. Get us to 100 likes. Let's do it. Here's the acceleration, and Cason Wallace off the inbound gets an easy bucket. Here come the San Antonio Spurs now. Fox to Wemby. Wemby kicks. Here's Johnson, the pump fake, the drive, the float. Actually, it was an oop, and Wemby throws it down. So the Spurs answer right back. It is a 3-point game. Very tight ball game so far. Even if you're just listening in for the game call, man, feel free to drop a comment. If you got a question about the game or, just the thought in general about the playoffs, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Dom says, I noticed Wemby seems sluggish like every few games. Well, that's probably because he's 7'5". I don't know how much he weighs, but it's got to be hard for him to move around the way he does. Caruso looking at inbound. He finds Hartenstein back in the game now. Kenrich Williams, who played over 20 minutes last game, is back in. And here's Caruso chucking from the corner. That one's short. Hartenstein, the offensive rebound. He's going to turn kick to Caruso. Now it's Wallace. Wallace going to drive baseline. Nice defense by Vassell. Out to SGA. Behind the back, the dribble, the drive, the float, and he misses it at the rim. Here come the Spurs. It's Carter Bryant, the rookie, lost it out of bounds, but it's going to be poked away by the Thunder, so it's going to stay with San Antonio. 3-point game, 2:40 to go here in the first. Harper looking to inbound. Cornette is in for the first time. Here's Luke Cornette. Hands it off to Harper. Here's Carter Bryant. He steps into a three. He misses it, and the Thunder come away with it now. It's Cason Wallace, SGA, Caruso, Kenrich Williams, and Hartenstein. Harper guarding SGA. He drives right to the rim, floats it up short again. SGA is scoreless. Here's Kenrich Williams a three, and he drains it. The longest tenured Thunder knocks it down at the rim. We are all knotted up at 20. Harper drives, goes up with it, draws contact, and he's headed to the line for two. Headed to the line for two. OKC played a depleted Suns team and a depleted Lakers team. Spurs played the Blazers and the Wolves with Randall never showing up and a hobbled Anthony Edwards with a leg injury. They're two still really good teams, though. Can't take it away from them. These are two of the best teams in basketball. They were the best two teams in basketball all season long. But now the Spurs definitely had a tough journey to get here, especially beating Denver. I'm sorry, not Denver, Minnesota. Minnesota's a tough defensive team in the playoffs. So the free throws are good for Dylan Harper. Hartenstein hands it off to SGA, comes around a screen. He's going to drive. SGA all the way, floats it up, and he is fouled down the other end. So now it'll be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to the stripe for 2. I am curious to see what the Knicks offense will look like against one of these defenses, because it hasn't even looked close in the Eastern Conference. But then again, I look at the teams in the Eastern Conference and I'm like, man, none of these teams would have contended out in the West, especially like the Cavaliers. Tell you what, man, if the Cavaliers were in the Western Conference, they probably would have been like the 8 seed. SGA going to knock down a pair, so we are all knotted at 22. Here's the dribble, the drive. Carter Bryant throws it down in the paint, and the Spurs are back on top. Here's SGA. SGA working against 2 defenders, kicks it out to Caruso. Here's Caruso working against Cornet, finds Wallace. Wallace downhill, dribbles, drives all the way, goes up, and he was fouled at the tail end of it. So it'll be Cason Wallace headed to the line for 2. All right, we're going to get back to the chat once y'all get these likes up, man. We got 112 people in here. Let's go. Get us to 100. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome on in. Hit that subscribe button. Get us to 55.1K. I know we could do it tonight. First one good for Cason. So a pair good at the line. Here's De'Aaron Fox. He's going to bring it up against Caruso. All I want is a close game. Fox drives the lane, floats it up, misses it. Cornet hits the deck. Thunder have it back. Here's SGA. Dribble, drive against 3. Caruso tried to tap it to Wallace, and he screwed it up. Terrible mistake by Caruso. Should have just taken it himself. And it is all tied now with 1:09 to go. Fox guarded by Caruso. He's at the logo. Crossover and drive. Turn and spin. Fox tries to get the pump fake bite. Here's Carter Bryant, a 3. Cha-ching. What a shot by the rookie. Another player, by the way, I liked in the draft last year. SGA holding. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 40 seconds to go here in the first. SGA going to cross over and drive. Steps back. SGA. Caruso dribbles down the hill. SGA for 3. He got it. What a shot by SGA. What a shot. 25 seconds to go. And it's stolen away by Cason Wallace. He drives, floats it up, misses it. Caruso the rebound. Now back to Kenrich Williams. Can the Thunder do it again? And SGA picks up a foul. So the Spurs kind of fell apart there for a minute. I don't know what they were doing right there, but they completely fell apart. And they made a terrible mistake on that inbounds play. SGA is starting to find his rhythm, man. He's starting to find his stride now. 17 seconds to go here in the first. First one good for Shai. Second one is good for SGA, a pair good at the line. 17 seconds to go here in the first. Castle going to bring it up the floor at the logo, guarded by Cason Wallace. Here's Castle, now Wemby. Wemby guarded by Hartenstein. The crossover, the drive, the step back. Wemby for 3 at the buzzer. No good. That was only Wemby's second shot attempt of the game. 1 of 2 in the first quarter. But it was the SGA show for the last couple minutes. Chet's got 8, SGA 7, Champagny with 13 in the first quarter. Probably hit the over already tonight. But it is the end of the first quarter, and we have a great ball game going on so far. The Thunder lead it by 2. And that means it is time for our favorite segment, NBA Scholars Trivia, presented by our great partners over at National University. All right, you know how this works by now. I'm going to say a trivia question. I'm going to let you all guess for about 30 seconds. Then I will put it in the chat a few seconds after I say it. Only one guess permitted. Whoever gets it right first gets some bragging rights. Our guy Dom Boyle has gotten it 2 games in a row. We'll see if he can defend his crown here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get those keyboards ready. Here is the question. Which NBA player was the first winner of the NBA Finals MVP award despite being on the losing team? Which NBA player was the first and only winner of the NBA Finals MVP despite being on the losing team? Only one guess in the chat. Make it count. Let's go. What do you guys have, man? What do you guys have, man? I'll let you guys continue to guess here in the chat. Once again, one more time, the question is, which NBA player was the first winner of the NBA Finals MVP award despite being on the losing team? It's only happened one time, believe it or not. Shout out to our partners, man, National University. Check out all their online degree curriculums by clicking their link down below. Appreciate them being great partners all season long. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says, I need to do an NBA history course at National University. You might have to, man. Might have to. That'd be pretty cool if they offered that. All right, 10 more seconds, man. We got 150 people in here. We got 75 likes. Don't be a fraud. Hit the thumbs up button. Help us push this into the algorithm. 5 more seconds. All right, time is up. Time is up. The trivia question of the night was, which NBA player was the first winner and the only winner of the NBA Finals MVP despite being on the losing team? The correct answer is Jerry West back in 1969. And the first person to get it, according to the timestamps, was our guy Dom Boyle again. Busy Bee, a slight behind second by a split second, but Dom does it again. He is cooking, y'all. Speaking of cooking, y'all, Spurs steal it away. Wemby gets fouled down the other end. Y'all are just getting cooked by Dom Boyle. But yeah, Jerry West averaged 37.9 points per game in that 1969 finals. It was the first time the award was handed out, and they gave it to a player on the losing team. And Dom Boyle, maybe he looked it up, I don't know, but Dom Boyle gets it again. Shout out to Dom, man. Give him some love in the chat.
He's on fire!
Shout out to Dom, man. Thank you all for playing NBA Scholars Trivia, presented by National University. A lot of good guesses, though, in the chat, man. A couple people said Elgin Baylor, Bill Walton, Oscar Robertson. Good guesses. Caruso on the other end, he's fouled after the made free throws by Wemby. Dom says, I saw a documentary on how Jerry West became the logo. It originally was not him on the logo. Maybe they told you in the documentary then. Shout out to EK in the chat. We got Terry in the chat. What's up? Vincent, what's up? Busy B, Dom, Beer Batter, Gummy Shark, what's up? Beer Batter, Gummy Shark says, Dom found PG stash. He's definitely enhanced. They're calling you Podcast P, man. That's crazy. Shout out Dom, man. Cooking y'all right now. Caruso going to knock down at the line. 31-29 is the score. Here's Dylan Harper in the game with Champagny, Wemby, Castle, and Barnes. Harrison Barnes is in. Harper spins and loses it. Here come the Thunder. Caruso, Wallace, the drive. Hartenstein, the push shot. Got it from the baseline. Thunder lead it by 4. Castle going to hesitate. Dribble drive against Hartenstein. Goes up and another foul is called. So it'll be Stephon Castle going to the stripe for 2. It's crazy how that is Isaiah Hartenstein's most effective move. It is that little push shot. First one going to be missed by Stephon Castle. If you guys are enjoying this coverage, thank you for tuning in. We'll be doing it every game for the rest of the playoffs. We are dropping shorts every day. We are dropping videos for all my Sixer Nation out there. And we have a lot of good stuff in the pipeline. So make sure y'all continue to check it all out, man. Second one is good for Stephon Castle. 33-30. 41% from the field for San Antonio, 50 for OKC. Jared McCain gets a second stint here. Wallace from the corner. Cha-ching, man. I told y'all the Thunder were not going to shoot as lousy as they did last game. Harper going to find Castle. Castle steps into a 3. That one's too far. Thunder coming alive. They lead it by 6. Here's Caruso in the corner. He's got Wemby spaced out. Here is Jalen Williams. Now Case and Wallace, the crossover to the left-hand drives and kicks. Caruso, one-handed pass. Jalen Williams for 3. It's good! The Thunder are on fire. Jalen Williams screaming to the crowd. And the Spurs need a timeout. It is a quick run. SGA with a little smirk. The Thunder are just inevitable, man. What excellent ball movement. Couple quick touch passes. Yeah, Caruso with the one-handed pass up to the wing. They just find ways to make it happen, man. They just find ways to make it happen. Terrence says, what's up, bro? Good commentary. Enjoying the game from Guyana. What's up, Terrence? Busy B says the fan base bullied PG into quitting the podcast. That is true. That is true. Let's go, chat. Y'all are on fire right now, man. Except for the likes, though. Likes are kind of slacking. I'm not going to lie. Y'all are kind of slacking right now. Got 135 people in here, though, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. I'm RB. I cover the Sixers, the NBA, the NFL, and much more. Make sure you get in on the action. Mods, make sure you throw that link tree in the chat so people can check us out on all social medias. Let's see. Dom says, I'll quit the drugs. Dom Boyle comes clean. He admitted it. He is on a different level to help him win the trivia. RB, is Paul George going to be traded this summer? I don't know, man. We're not there yet. We'll talk about it, man. Once we get a new GM, we'll get there. Sixers need a new executive first. That's number one. Then we'll get to the draft coverage in about a week or two. I've been doing some draft stuff, but there's not much to talk about yet. Then we'll get to the roster stuff. We got a Sixers video dropping tomorrow, by the way. More of like a off-season rebuild, retool kind of plan. So make sure y'all have the noties on, check it out. Dom called himself Dopamine Dom. Dom is on a different level, and he's flexing on y'all. Let's go, Dom.
He's on fire.
Let's go, Dom. Let him know. Let him know, man. Let him know, man. Roadrunner says, watch out for the boom. Shea wanted to smile so bad, but he has to stay focused. He does. You can't let up. Can't let up at all in the conference finals. This is the biggest game of the season. Gotta stay locked in, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. By the way, we did get the Coach of the Year voting tonight. Joe Mazzulla ended up winning it. He had 62 first place votes. Second place was J.B. Bickerstaff. Third place was Mitch Johnson. Pretty wild if you ask me. Charles Lee got 0 first place votes for Charlotte. Jordan Ott was 5th for Phoenix. Don't see Nick Nurse on this list. So the OKC Thunder are coming alive here in the second quarter. It is a 10-3 run to begin. All right, let's see what happens. Here's Jared McCain. The drive, the float, misses it off the back iron. 10-1 run in the last minute and a half for the Thunder. There's the old guy on the block. Harrison Barnes going to find Victor Wembanyama. I don't know why Wemby hasn't gotten involved yet. And just as I say that, he gets fouled. But Wemby only has 2 shot attempts. There's some games where Wemby just comes out and he just plays lazy in the first half. And then he goes crazy in the second half. But maybe they're doing a good job denying him. I mean, I'm watching him. He's kind of waltzing around a little bit. In an alternate universe, the Sixers and the Bulls are facing in the Eastern Conference Finals. Man, that'd be nice. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll be on here doing my Sixers stream for the conference finals. I'm still doing YouTube at that point. Why is San Antonio's entire team doing the Dak Prescott thing here in the tunnel? Why are y'all showing me this? I don't want to see this, man. I don't care. That just made me even more mad at San Antonio. No wonder you guys are getting your butts whooped right now. You're doing the Dak Prescott thing instead of actually working on drills. Wemby's going to knock down 2. It's a 7-point game. Here's Caruso. Caruso working against Castle. Here's Jared McCain. McCain working against Harrison Barnes now. The left hand, the dribble, the drive, accelerates, goes up, and puts it through the hole. Thunder are dominating here in the early second. Castle downhill, 1 bounce out to Barnes. Now to the corner. Champagny a 3. Oh, boy. Mama, there goes that man. His name is Julian Champagny. He's up to 16 points. Here's Jalen Williams to Caruso. It's out of bounds. Keep in mind, the Thunder, even if they win this series, right? Like, think about what they're doing without their second best player. Like, it's nuts to think about how deep their team really is, man. It's crazy. Jared McCain coming around a screen, kicks back to Caruso. The pump fake, the dribble, the drive. Caruso, reverse lay, misses it, and another foul. A lot of fouls here early in the second. Can we get 10 more likes on the show? We got 90 right now. Can we get to 100? Caruso's down and grimacing. His bald head shining, though. Dude, what a freaking trade that was when we look back on the Caruso-Giddey trade. Holy smokes, man. What a trade. You know, I talked about it yesterday on the postgame portion of the show, but like just the difference in philosophy for the Thunder versus the New York Knicks, for example. Like seeing the Thunder stack up all these picks, right? They made a big trade, but, you know, look at the New York Knicks who are kind of going all in for like a couple year window, right? And not having a lot of wiggle room, but then they find a hidden gem like Landry Shamet. But for the people out there, right, like even for the Sixers case where they're like, oh, well, the Sixers are never going to have a good team. Well, the Knicks did do it. I mean, they have stayed healthy and they traded all their picks and everything to get the team they have now. If they don't win the finals, it's going to be a disappointment. But there are a couple different ways of still getting to this point. And I think that's what the NBA wanted to see with the new CBA. Wemby shot a three. It was short, but Barnes was pushed to the floor. By the way, on that previous possession, it looked like Caruso hit his head on the floor. I'm surprised they didn't take him out for a second and look at him. But we'll see. We will see. Here's Harrison Barnes working against Chet Holmgren now back in the game. Going to find Castle, Wemby, Champagnie, Fox, and Barnes. Here's Wembanyama against Jalen Williams. Wemby off the dribble, pulls up, mid-range, it's off. Thunder have it, and they are running. 43-35, Cason Wallace. Ooh, nice drive, kick. Jalen Williams smacked out of bounds, going to stay with OKC. I like how Mark Dagnall always like squints at the game. Like he's analyzing it through a different lens than we all are. Here's Alex Caruso, now guarded by Devin Vassell. Caruso going to drive and spin with the right hand, pull up, mid-range, got the bounce. Good shot by Caruso. SGA's laughing over there on the bench. SGA's having a good time tonight. Castle drives, he falls to the ground, and a foul on Caruso. So many fouls here to begin this second quarter, man. Like a million fouls. So, you know what? Let's take a quick break, and let's ask the chat to drop the spot. Ladies and gentlemen, drop it like it's hot. Where are you tuning in from tonight? What time is it? Where you're watching the stream from? Where are you tapping in from tonight? What time is it? How are you feeling? So many fouls, man. So many fouls. The squint lens, we know about that. That's a fact, man. All you have to do is squint at this roster, man. You just have to squint. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says the Giddey trade made him rich. He might not get paid as much in OKC. That's a fact. Play around good talent, guess what? You win and you get paid more. So I agree. I agree. Giddey is really good. He's not great, says Ellie. Yeah, the Thunder just continue to make these trades, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got Philly in the chat. Upper Darby, PA, ATL, America. Who else we got up in here, man? Toronto in the building tonight. Drop those states, those cities, those countries, those towns in the chat. Second one is good for Stephon Castle. 45-37. 8 minutes to go here in the second. Wallace going to cross over, drive, kick. Caruso, now McCain. McCain going to drive up top to Chet now. Chet against Castle, pulled up off the dribble. Here's Wallace. Now Williams for three. That one's off the mark. Spurs come away with it. Here comes Keldon Johnson. Now Stephon Castle. Castle guarded by Cason Wallace. Switched on to Williams. Now he kicks it out to Fox. Wide open for three. Can't get it to go. Spurs miss a tough opportunity. McCain for three on the other side. Can't get it to go. Now it's San Antonio. We got South Philly in the chat tonight. Aaron Fox going to drive and kick. Out of the corner. Keldon Johnson going all the way through traffic, up and in. Tough bucket for San Antonio. We got Newark, New Jersey in the chat. Thank y'all for tapping in and dropping the spot, man. Thank you for letting me know. We are 4 likes away from 100. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Hit that sub button. We got Sixers Sam in the chat tapping in. Busy in the chat. Dom in the chat. Here's SGA. Working against Johnson. Steps back. Deep 2. SGA can't get the bounce. Thunder get the offensive rebound. Here's Chet. Turn to the corner. Spins the other way. Fades away. Blocked by Wemby. Give me that, he said. Castle up the floor. Turns and kicks. Here's Vassell for 3. No good. Castle just threw it up to nobody, and these boys are eating Wemby alive right now. They're like mosquitoes biting them all over the place. But Victor Wembanyama is going to go back to the free throw line, I believe. Looked like Caruso got hobbled on that last play. Looked like Castle kind of wrapped around his ankle, and now Caruso is going to go back to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. So now it's Wemby at the line because, yeah, we've had a million fouls here in the second quarter. Wemby going to knock down the first. Chad, how are we feeling about this game so far, man? What do we think? I think it is going to be a cardiac game. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a cardiac game, which is what I anticipated in the pregame and what I hoped for. So we'll see. 45-40. Wemby at the line for number 2. 2 for 2 at the free throw line for Wembanyama. 6.5 to play here in the second. McCain coming around his screen. He gets bumped from behind. We got another foul. Bruh. Bro. Busy B said, you know what I randomly laugh at sometimes? Secret was blocking all the people who were spamming during MVP of the chat. That is a W of a pull from Busy B. That was great. RIP to the legend, Secret underdog, man. Castle steals it away from SGA. He's driving downhill, and we got another foul. Now it's on SGA. Dude, we might have a record number of fouls. I'm not even joking tonight. How many freaking fouls do we have in this game right now? Hold up. Let's go to the stats. How many fouls? We're about to be at almost 20 already. 17 fouls in the second quarter, midway. Come on, man. We're going to break records tonight. Shout out to Secret Underdog the Gamer, man. OG, legend of the channel. Guess he's moved on to brighter and better things, man. But shout out to him. Riaz, what's going on, bro? RB is your new video covering potential free agent targets. Not yet. Well, actually, you know what? There will be a little bit of that in there. There will be. Keldon Johnson just slammed one down. Now he's screaming to the fans, and now we got another timeout on the floor. 6:09 to go here in the second. 45-44. Yeah, so the video tomorrow is going to be about just kind of like a brief overview off-season plan. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the free agent stuff, what I would do with the big contracts, and ultimately what I think the roster could look like at the beginning of next season. Again, it's hard to predict because we don't know who the executive coming in is yet, but I'm just going to give my thoughts on what they should do. And we'll play my favorite game of the offseason called Stay or Go Free Agent Edition. So make sure you guys have those freaking noties on so you don't miss the content, man. We're pumping out content everywhere. Let's keep it going. Reyes says Atkinson is back in Cleveland. All is right in the world. Yeah, I knew Reyes was going to come in here talking about that. And apparently they're going to re-sign James Harden. So shout out to the Cavaliers, man. Shout out to the Cavaliers. All right, guys, be back in a quick 25. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Meet my dad. National University supports all his ends with flexible online courses. He can be a student and catch bad guys on the internet and teach me how to hit a curveball and serve his country. He's an ander. National University supporting all your ands. Me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 45-44. 1 point game. Yeah, I think this might come down to the wire. I don't want to jinx it just yet, but that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. We will see. We will see. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says Secret hasn't switched jerseys to be a Knicks fan, has he? I don't know. Maybe he did, man. You know what I really think happened to Secret Underdog the Gamer? I think he got sick and tired, like many people, of watching the 76ers. Simple as that. And that's why when people come on my videos now or on Instagram and DM me and they're like, dude, what are you, a Knicks show? What are you, a Thunder show? No, dummy. I'm talking about the playoffs because I want to talk about something. They don't get the other half, man. They don't understand how this works. I come on here. I talk about things that happen. People watch it. Simple as that, man. Maybe I just need to make the other channel and say screw it. But nonetheless, man, I just come on here. We're filling the off-season gap. Before we really get to the cream of it with the free agency and the draft, we got to talk about something. We have to talk about something. So, of course, I'm going to talk about the playoffs, man. SGA pull up mid-range, can't get it. Or actually, it does fall. Thought I was about to roll out, but he gets it to go. So, SGA looks pretty calm, cool, and collected, even though he's 2 of 7 from the field. He's got 9 points in this ballgame. Not that efficient. Here is Keldon Johnson. Johnson guarded by Kenrick Williams back in the game now. Harper lost control of it, and it goes out of bounds going the other way. 47-44. And now SGA gets bumped on the inbounds, and it's another foul on the San Antonio Spurs. It'll be the first on Stefan Castle. RB, do we want Oubre or Grimes back on the MLE, says Jamie. I would go check out the video I dropped a few days ago. I talked about all that, but out of those two, I'd probably take Oubre back over Grimes, if I had to be honest with you. I think he'll be cheaper, less years on the deal, and does a little bit more of what the Sixers need, and can actually do it a little bit more consistently. That's how I feel personally, but 49-44. Thunder lead it by 5. SGA 6 of 6 at the line out of 11. Here's the pull-up from Castle, and he knocks it down. So, believe it or not, man, this has been a very weird type of game, back and forth, but we're right here. We are right here. SGA step back mid-range, can't get it that time. Here come the Spurs. It's Vassell, Wemby, Harper, Castle, and Johnson. Wemby's just kind of jogging up the floor. He looks pretty winded. Maybe they have to get him prepared for every other game now. Castle, the no-look dime. Harper under the rim. He goes up, lost it, got it back. Wemby in traffic, can't get it to go, and the Thunder come away with it. Here's Cason Wallace up the floor, kicks out the Dort. Dort for three, and it's cash money. Money. Here is Devin Vassell. He's going to pull up a mid-range. That one is short. Johnson fighting for the rebound against Lou Dort. They're on the ground. They're crashing each other, and it's going to be a jump ball, I believe. We got 100 likes in the chat. Let's go. Drop the yes, sirs. Finally. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wake them up. Lou Dort is certainly waking them up right now. He got up screaming, cursing at the ref. Started going at him, man. Okay. Okay, Lou Dort. Dort and Johnson getting chippy in this series, man. Getting real chippy. Lou Dort keeps jumping at the jump ball before he even throws it up. And Lou Dort is finally going to get rewarded as he knocks it away, 52-46. Here's SGA going to cross over and drive and step back. SGA pull up, bang. It looks too easy for SGA right now. Even though he's only made 3 shot attempts, it's looking way too easy. Here's Dylan Harper. He's going to pull up a 3, and that one goes on the other side. It's a 5-point ball game. Seven of 18 from 3 for the Spurs. They steal it away again. Here's Vassell going up the floor, drives and kicks. Now Champagny on the baseline all the way, floats it up off the rim, misses it, turns, puts it up, blocked by Chet, gets a third attempt. Here's Cornette, and now they reset. Fox tried to find Harper, and it was knocked out by Cason Wallace. So it is going to stay with the San Antonio Spurs. Let's go, Chet. Here comes Alex Caruso back onto the bench. Looks like he's icing his ankle. See if we can get an update on him. Here's Fox going to drive, turn, spin, put it up short. Thunder come away with it. Cornette's on the floor. It's a 5-on-4 advantage. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Here is Lou Dort. Going to dribble, drive, step back off the stiff arm. It's short. Chet goes back up with it, and he is fouled. So now it is Chet Holmgren going to the line. And you guys know what's crazy too, man? I'm sorry, just a random thought. I know I'm kind of venting to you guys, but I trust you guys enough. You know, I love my people in here, man, and you guys have become like my second family in a way, you know, so I feel I can vent to you guys. But I just find it very funny too, like a lot of the people that comment, they're like, yo, you know, why are you talking about these other games? Why are you, you know, making shorts and stuff about these other games? Those pieces of content are doing more views than the Sixers stuff right now because nobody cares about the Sixers right now. So I just find that funny, man. And it just reaffirms to me that I have more to offer, that I can talk about these other teams. And who knows, maybe I'll make that other channel, man. But yeah, man. No matter what, the content continues, the grind continues, and we just have fun. That's what we do. That is what we do. So Chet went 2 of 2 at the line, 56-49. Here's Stefan Castle, going to find Julian Champagny. Dribbles, drives, turns, puts his shoulder down, kicks it out. Here's a three from Devin Vassell. That one is short. Here comes OKC. SGA coming around a screen. He's going to drive downhill, kicks it out. Dort, Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams up to Caruso. Caruso going to find Chet now. 8 on the shot clock. Chet downhill, turns the corner, drives, goes up at the rim. Got it through contact. What a finish by Chet Holmgren. And now Lou Dort got tossed to the side by Champagny. A meltdown by the Spurs here in the last minute or so. It's going to go back to OKC. Maybe the branding of the channel should be more sports related in general. Listen, man, with all respect, you know, I've thought about a lot of different ways of how to do this. I got a lot of ideas in the pipeline, just trying to like iron out certain things, but it's unfortunate that the algorithm works the way it does sometimes, you know. It would be nice if I just started, you know, doing a bunch of NBA content on here, and it would just kind of mess up algorithmic purposes for certain things. So that is why, you know, I see someone in the chat says Eastwood's channel is doing good. Shout out to my guy Eastwood, man. I'm really happy for him. I talked to him a lot, actually, and he was actually telling me, like, yo, you should make another channel if you want to talk NBA stuff. And, I mean, that's a perfect example, you know? We've talked about it actually a lot over the years. We talked about some different ideas, and, you know, we're like, yeah, it's hard to do, like, a combination of things unless you're just going full all NBA, but nonetheless, man, I've studied this YouTube algorithm, and, you know, I've been posting a ton of content on these other socials. That's why I keep telling y'all to follow me over there, man. We're blowing up on these other platforms too. Like, I've studied these algorithms. Each one's a little bit different, but I've studied them for years now. Like, I know what works on each one, but it's like knowing that you have a lot of good content, but it's like, how do you get it to the right people? And that's really what the whole struggle of this, just and any creator doing this, if you ask them, what is the biggest challenge? It's, I have all this great content. How do I get it to the right people? So yeah. But yeah. So anyway, we will see what happens in the future. Like I said, I still cover the NFL as well for A2Zsports.com. So there's a lot going on with that. So it is hard to, you know, try to talk about everything NBA, but at least for now, you know, with the Sixers not being in the playoffs anymore, man, I'm having fun watching these games, breaking it down, all that stuff. I'm just hanging out, man. RB, please never stop covering the Sixers, man. This stream has gotten me through living in the Midwest. See, and that's the thing, man. And I love people like Riaz because they DM me this stuff. They're like, dude, you're the only reason I can watch the Sixers, that I can tolerate them. So then it becomes this dilemma, you know? Because I'm like, man, I could blow this channel up tonight, and I could go to probably 1 million subs. Probably not 1 million. I'm obviously exaggerating, but you know, then you have the diehard, hardcore Sixers fans that are like, dude, you are the Sixers guy. I love you so much, and I don't want you to ever stop talking about them every game. So, you know, it's kind of this like, it's like this midway point, and it's like, which way do you lean on the scale? But that's why I try to find a balance of all of it, you know? Sam says you should definitely cover the rest of the league. There's so many Sixers fans. There's only so many Sixers fans. Look, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's all about what can bring it all together, man. But yeah, much respect to Eastwood, man. That's my guy, and he's been one of the realest people that I've met in the content sphere. You know, he's been grinding, man. Shout out to him. Caruso gonna pop a 3 after the free throws and knocks it down. Caruso comes back in the game and makes it rain. Caruso did not like the foul call down the other end. He got blown for another whistle against Castle. Time says, I don't understand why you would make another channel when you can keep it all in one place. The reason would be, and you can even ask Eastwood this, is because, again, it all comes back to the algorithm stuff. And that's what makes this so hard, you know? But, yeah, it's a lot to explain. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a members live stream one day and I'll explain the entire YouTube algorithm. But nonetheless, the way that we can blow this channel up and continue to grow, once again, like, comment, subscribe. Simple as that. Turn on noties and follow us everywhere. Castle going to knock down at the line. I don't know about you guys, man, but this second quarter, let me know if you guys agree, has felt like it's been going on for an hour and 40 minutes. We have another foul on the floor. The first quarter was an absolute breeze, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I feel like this quarter, I feel like I've been stuck in this quarter for like 2 hours. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Do you guys agree with me or no? I feel like I've been in this quarter for like 2 hours, man. I feel like I'm in a daze. I'm talking about everything in my damn life to you guys, man. I'm like, holy smokes. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock Eastern, man. You guys want to hear a good piece of news, though? Free throw is good. 63-52. It's an 11-point game now. Thunder are taking advantage. Here is a three from Stephon Castle. He misses it. Fox gets it back, and we got another foul. Oh, my gosh, man. If you guys have any good news, we've never done this before. If you have any good news, drop it in the chat. I'm just throwing things out here at the wall at this point. But RB's good piece of news for this week and for today is, today it was finally confirmed I will be going to the MLB Home Run Derby this year here in Philadelphia. Let's go. Just trying to decide if I wanted to go to the All-Star game or the Home Run Derby. Feel like it's kind of a once in a lifetime thing, man. So I will be at the Home Run Derby. And I'll actually be going with my guy, play-by-play, with JJ. Shout out to him, man. It's going to be a fun time. Maybe we'll make some content. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, we got a minute to go. 13-point game after the free throws were made again. How many free throws does he have now? 8? Wemby throws it into the paint, almost stolen away. Spurs get it back, tapped out of bounds. This quarter is dragging like my 6-hour day at work, says Beer Batter Gummy Shark. Yeah, baseball, the Home Run Derby. The All-Star Game's in Philly this year. We have another foul. Man. Holy smokes. Are we for real right now, man? Dom says Harper might do the Home Run Derby. I loved watching the Schwarber song off last year. Yeah, swing off. Free throws are good. 1 minute to play now. 65-54. I sold an $82,000 solution today. Does that count? Yeah, that counts, man. That's incredible. Shout out to you. Got to celebrate the wins. We got another foul. Guys, I think I'm going on strike, man. I think I might go on strike. Are we, bro? I've never seen this many fouls in a quarter, man. The company I work for sponsors the MLB, and I went to the All-Star game last year when it was here in Atlanta. You're going to have a blast. Yo, shout out to you, Busy Bee. That's amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I was thinking about the All-Star game, but I'm like, nah, you know, the All-Star game is just another game, but the home run derby, like, I love home run derbies, man. I'm like, we got to do it. I'm looking forward to it. Beer batter gummy shark. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Nah, JJ's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy. Aaron Fox coming around a screen. He's going to drive downhill, kick it out. Here's Keldon Johnson. Turns, spins, floats it up, and gets it to go. Yeah, how many fouls do we have in this game? We have 25 fouls in the first half. SGA step back, mid-range, bang. 69 points for the Thunder. 69 points, 40 in the second. Cooking, man. Guys, drop some fire emojis in the chat for us being able to get through this second quarter. It feels like it's been an eternity. I'm not going to lie. Aaron Fox floats it up. Wemby with the ridiculous tap in. He went 90 degrees and just tapped it in like a volleyball. What the heck? McCain at the buzzer. Can't get the three. And that will do it. So the score at halftime, as we finally have made it, is 69-58. A 40-point second quarter for the Thunder. 40-31 in the second. And the Thunder lead it by 11. They had 38 in the first half of game 4. And they have 69 in the first half tonight. That is insane. That is insane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the playoff game day live show here on Philly Take with RB. I'm RB. We're covering the entire playoffs, so make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment if you're enjoying this coverage. Very much appreciated. Get us to 200 likes. Wake them up. Yes, sir. All right. As always, I will turn it over to the chat, and I will ask you all in the comments right now, give me one word to describe this game. Give me one word in the chat if you could sum this one up. To describe this game in a nutshell, sum this game up the best way you can. I feel like there's going to be a common theme in the chat. You know where I'm going with this one. Look, we'll analyze the game. We'll talk about it. But my word of the night is marathon. That's my word of the night. Because it feels like I'm watching, you know what, not even marathon, triathlon. That's my word of the first half. Because I feel like I'm watching a triathlon right now. Again, I don't want it to make it sound like I'm complaining, but that was a long first half. That was almost a 2-hour first half. And in a game 5, I would prefer that the referees are not controlling the tempo of the game. But my word is extensive triathlon, marathon, whatever you want to call it. 20 free throws in the first half for OKC. By the way, 20 of 20 at the line. Wow. Spurs, 17 of 19 from the line. 39 free throws in the first half combined. I don't know if that's a record or what, but my word is triathlon. Give me your words in the chat, man. We're going to give a couple main takeaways of this game so far. We will look at the halftime stats, and we will continue to break it all down right here on Philly Take with RB. All right. Before I get to your words and we get to our breakdown, we do have to give a shout out to our great partners of the show over at National University. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go to school and not have it feel like one of those long, dreaded classes like the long dreaded second quarter that we just saw. You have to check out National University. Everybody nowadays is looking for ways to level up, to get smarter, to get that next degree, to get that next job promotion, and to do it without having to expend so much energy and financial resources and going in person and traveling to school and all that stuff. That's where NU comes in handy. They have flexible online courses for 8 and 12 weeks that are designed to make pursuing your education achievable with some of the most comprehensive degree program options in the U.S. They accommodate both working and non-traditional students. The vast majority of their student base averages anywhere from 33 to 39 years old. A lot of people going back to get that next degree. A lot of veterans. They're a veteran-founded university. Shout out to them. And they award a ton of different scholarship opportunities. Matter of fact, $55+ million last year in scholarship and tuition reductions. They have customized education plans for you, including adaptive instruction, holistic student support, and competency-based credentialing. You will be better positioned at NU to stay on track and accomplish your academic goals. For a limited time, check out all their new scholarship opportunities. The Believe and Succeed Scholarship that grants students up to $6,000 annually towards a bachelor's or master's degree. Click their link down below. Check out their flexible curriculum and program offerings. And thank you to National University for being a proud partner of Philly Take with RB all season long. Shout out to NU. And shout out to the referees, not in a good way, in a bad way, because 39 free throws is wild, man. Wild. Let's see some of the words in the chat. Foul. Yeah, easy one. Rehabilitation for Chet Holmgren. Slow. Pyromaniac or pyromania. Extensive. Molestation. Tenacious. Wemby-less. That's a good one. Proficient. Yo, let's talk about Wemby, man. Let's talk about Wemby. Victor Wembanyama, 2 for 6 in this game. 7 of 7 from the free throw line. He's only taken 6 shot attempts. And for the entire first half, Victor Wembanyama has been jogging down the floor. So is Victor Wembanyama tired? Is he gassed from last game with everything he had to do to win that game? What's up with Wemby, man? What's up with him? What's up with Wemby, man? He has 1 rebound in this game. He has 1 block in this game. I feel like Victor Wembanyama is just winded, man. That's what I feel like. Either that or he stayed up late playing video games, because he does not look like the same Wemby right now. Kind of how he looked in game, I guess, 2, after they were winded in game 1 from playing double OT. De'Aaron Fox is 1 of 8. Vassell is 0 of 4. This team looks like they have no gas right now. And this is exactly what I was saying before the game. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen in this series. It has been so unpredictable. Now, on the other side, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Thunder are playing some insane game. I just think that they're getting a lot of free throws. SGA 10 of 10 at the free throw line. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, man. And I know people are going to complain after this game. Were there fouls on a lot of plays? Sure, there were. But nobody wants to see 39 free throws in the first half. This is why people complain about the NBA product, because, like, what are we doing? This is the biggest game of the season. And we're watching free throws every 2 seconds. They were in the bonus with like 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. I'm not taking credit away, but it's just like we had a great start to this game. There was a lot of back and forth in the first quarter. It was flow and it was punch, counter punch, right hook, left hook. And then it just went to foul, foul, foul. So it's hard for me to even break this game down. You know, I feel like there's a lot of, like, the Thunder bench was great. Caruso had 14. What do you know? RB's right again. You know, I talked about Caruso before the game. I said Caruso needs to play more. He played 14 minutes last game, 0 points. Or I'm sorry, he played 15 minutes last game. Or no, maybe it was 14. 0 points. And in the first half, he played 12 minutes and he's got 14. 14 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And he's playing through an injured ankle. So Alex Caruso, like I said, is the X factor, or one of them. And the other guy I listed as an X factor was Chet Holmgren. And Chet Holmgren finally stepped up and had a big first half. 12 points in 17 minutes, 6 rebounds. He's been another guy that's creating a little bit off the dribble. And for the first time in this series, well, maybe second time, Wemby doesn't look like he can move. He's jogging up and down the floor. And Chet is being aggressive this time and taking advantage of it. So Chet is finally getting up and going. And it's really helped out the Thunder. Hartenstein 4 and 4. Lou Dort with 2 of 5 from the field, 5 points. McCain 1 of 5, has not played well in the first half. Now, Shea also has 5 turnovers. Spurs are doing what they can, but also it got to a point in that second quarter where anytime they try to touch SGA, it's a foul. So I feel a little bit mixed about this game so far. We'll look at a couple stats here, and then we'll see what happens moving forward. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of these stats. 22-18 points in the paint for OKC. 10-2 on the fast break for San Antonio. I'm surprised the Thunder are still not scoring in the fast break. I mean, usually that's like their MO. I mean, they create a ton of points off of easy turnovers, converted into coast-to-coast buckets. 14 points off of turnovers for the Spurs, though. Thunder have turned it over 9 times, 14 points off the turnovers. The Spurs have turned it over 8 times, and the Thunder have scored 10 points off of those turnovers. Rebounds 23-18 in favor of OKC. Spurs are 7 of 21 from 3, 33%, and the Thunder are 7 of 14. The Thunder are shooting 50% from 3 and 52.5% from the field. So at the end of the day, my biggest takeaway from this first half is the Thunder are doing what they always do with their backs against the wall, and that is stepping up, taking a step up, kicking it into gear, and defending themselves the way they have to. Thunder have to win this game. They have to win this game. Wemby doesn't look right. If Wemby does not wake up, then he will pretty much lose the game for San Antonio, and they will get blown out in the fourth quarter. If Wemby finally kicks it into gear, then I think this will be a close game. That's my takeaway. That is my takeaway. Like I said, I picked the Thunder to win this game. I just don't want to see a million free throws. It's just been a very annoying one. So, we shall see. We shall see. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to grab some more water. Take a quick minute away. We got 120 people in here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Playoff Game Day live show. Third quarter coming up soon. Who do you think is going to win this game? I want you to drop it in the chat right now. Give me your final prediction. Will the Thunder hold on and get the W? Or will San Antonio finally bounce back? I did want to shout out Stephon Castle too. He's got 12 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, and 2 steals. He's had a good first half. And Champagny was phenomenal in the first quarter with 13, but they haven't got him going after that. And he was defending SGA very well to that second quarter. Then they got him in foul trouble with 3. Dom says it's going to go 7. Thunder win this, Spurs win the next, and then Thunder take it. That's what I could see happening, and that's why I picked them in 7 to begin the series. So, we shall see, man. All right, chat, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And, yeah, I'm going to put on the halftime screen. But, yeah, don't go anywhere. Be back in just one moment. Who do you think's going to win the series? Who do you think's going to win tonight? Give me your thoughts in the chat. All right, we are back, and the third quarter literally just started. Perfect timing. I don't know why they keep going to this drone cam. Why do they keep going to the drone cam? Is anybody else mad about that too? Chet down low, lost it, gets it back, goes up and slams it down, but the shot clock expired. It will not count. Can somebody please tell me what the point of the drone cam is every start of the quarter? Maybe I'm just complaining, man. I don't know. It's getting on my nerves, man. It's getting on my nerves, man. Wemby going to float one up on the other end. Chet gets the rebound. Busy Bee said everybody left the chat. Everyone left the chat? Dang, man. There's Jared McCain, going to dribble downhill, under the rim, kicks it back to Dort. Dort pops a 3. That one is short. Aaron Fox going to drive, turn, spin, go up. Fox misses it. Thunder get it. Spurs have been ice cold. Here's Jared McCain getting active off the dribble, floats it up, blocked by Wemby. Dort, the second attempt, gets it to go. Now what? Now Dort's going to pick up a foul on the other side. But dang, why'd everybody leave the chat, man? Knicks fans make it harder to tolerate. I can't believe we traded Bridges for Zaire Smith. Oh my gosh, man. What are y'all trying to make me depressed or something? Turnaround spin, puts it up, and one, Jared McCain. Yes, sir. And one. Okay, Jared. Okay, Jared. And one. The crowd goes crazy, man. Crowd started going crazy. McCain going to miss the free throw, but a nice bucket. Here come the San Antonio Spurs. They better wake up, man, or this one's going to be another blowout. I can't take another blowout, man. I can't take it. Wemby, drive it against iHeart. He turns, he spins, kicks it out. Champagny misses the floater. Here come the Thunder. Here's Lou Dort going to find SGA. SGA guarded by Champagny. SGA step back three. Cha-ching! Oh my gosh, they are dominating them right now. They are dominating them. How come every game has been a freaking blowout since game one? All right, if you're in the chat, man, get active. Drop a comment. Let me know you're in here. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen, man. Who's in here, man? What's up? See someone got timed out. Why is the chat being weird, man? So they made us have the longest second quarter in NBA history, and now the Spurs are going to get blown out. Is that what's going to happen? Like, it is crazy, man. It is crazy, man. I tried to tell y'all this. I don't know everything, man, but I tried to tell y'all. When the Thunder have their backs against the wall, this is what they do. They do it every time, man. They just step up and get it done. Simple as that. They just get it done. Spurs have just completely lost it, and Wemby just looks like he got hit by a truck. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what's going on. I really do not want to see another blowout personally, but we'll see. All right, man. Dom Boyle says, I'm active. We know you're active, Dom. You're the man. Mark, what's up? Estelle says, everybody let's hide. I don't know what's up with this chat, man. This might be the point where I stop reading the chat, bro. Electric, what's going on? Shout out to Electric in the chat. Does Wemby utilize his height on offense? When he wants to, yeah. Wemby's out here screaming in the huddle. Wemby, you need to scream at yourself, man. I don't know what Wemby's doing tonight. It's not like I'm seeing Wemby get chipped in the side or whatever. Like, he's just not being aggressive. Why is Wemby yelling at everybody? You should be yelling at yourself. I just think he's gassed, and I don't blame him. Wemby's a minus 11 tonight. He was a plus 50 in the first 4 games. I just think he doesn't have enough energy right now, man. Thunder had to win this game, and that's what they're going to do, probably. We'll see what happens here, but Stephon Castle going to drive and kick. Here's Champagny up to Vassell. Now it's Fox. Kicks it to nobody. Yeah, so the Spurs are cooked. I just wish that there was another tight game, man. I mean, every game has just been a blowout in the conference finals ever since game 1. SGA pull up baseline. It's good. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. 9-0 run for the Thunder. Here's the drive. Castle puts it up and in. 18-point game. Thunder lead it. Let me watch this a little bit closer. I want to watch Wemby for a few possessions. McCain puts it up. McCain's cooking. Yeah, this one's about to get out of hand, man. All right, let's see. Stephon Castle. Castle floats it up. Wemby. Wow, what a freaking tap. And he was falling past the basket, and he taps it in.
Let's go.
Wemby was leaning like he was literally falling out of bounds and just reaches his arm out and taps it in. Gets fouled and won.
Yes, sir.
Dude, that was ridiculous. There's only one guy that can do what Wemby just did, and it's him. Wow. Wemby going to knock down the three-point play. That was awesome. They just teased us, man. That first game was like, holy crap. And now I'm just like, man, what are we doing? Come on. Hartenstein to Chet down low. Chet's going to turn, spin. Lost it out of bounds, poked away. Chet goes up to Tony Brothers. He got right in his grill. Tee him up, Tony. Tee him up. At least give me a technical. Give me something to get excited about. Jared McCain looking at inbound. Finds Hartenstein. Back to McCain. McCain with the left hand. The dribble. The drive. The push off. Puts it up and in. Oh, glorious Jared. He's learning from SGA.
He's on fire.
With the little push off. I see you, Jared. Castle floats it up and in. And now what? He got the bucket. I think Wemby was fouled off the ball, so it's going to be one of those weird and ones. A non-traditional and one. Now Wemby walks away from the free throw line. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? The refs don't even know what to call. I've had enough of you, Tony Brothers. I've had enough. $5 super chat. AP says San Antonio is young. You don't go from lottery to the finals. There are steps to this. The New York OKC top 2 offense is going to be a war hit. Hit the like. AP, what's going on, my guy? Shout out to my dude AP in here. One of the actual intelligent Knicks fans. McCain for 3.
He's on fire.
Guys, it is the Jared McCain show. He is going off now. Jared McCain is going off. He's on fire. He's got 11 points now. Champagny to the rim. Fouled and won.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to AP, man. Thanks for being here, bro. Look, New York and OKC would be a great series, man. It would. Jared McCain is going crazy. McCain is going crazy, man. Jared McCain driving downhill, kicks back to Jalen Williams. Here's Caruso. Caruso finds Chet Holmgren, and Chet is fouled under the rim. Well, so glad that Sixers couldn't find a spot for Jared McCain on the roster. Chet Holmgren going to turn, spin, poked away. Spurs get it back. Do they have another run in them? Can they get back in this game? Johnson coast to coast, 15-point game now. 85-70. Here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the left hand. Pushes off, steps back, misses the two. We got another foul, man. Tony Brothers, somebody needs to duct tape your mouth. Holy smokes, bro. We watching a foul-a-thon? We watching a free throw contest or what, man? So it's on the floor. Thunder have it back. Here's Chet. He's going to pop a three. He airballs it. Chet just airballed a three. What am I watching right now, man? Maybe I'm just like dreaming. Maybe the stream ended 2 hours ago. Wemby, Johnson, corner three. Cha-ching. It is now a 12-point game, just like that. 12-point game. Here's Alex Caruso coming around a screen. Caruso floats it up. Chet puts it home. 87-73. Wemby looks very like... He just looks like something's bothering him. Looks like something's really frustrating him. Here's Dylan Harper on the catch and shoot. He's been off in this last couple of games. Second attempt, Castle a three, and he gets it to go. So now, all of a sudden, it's down to an 11-point game. Caruso to Chet. Chet at the top, hands off to SGA. Chet just got tossed. Yo, he just got barreled over. Who is that, Keldon Johnson? Oh my gosh. Yo, Keldon Johnson, I think it was, just smacked the heck out of Chet. Yo. Here's SGA working against Vassell now. 10 on the shot clock. Jalen Williams is in the game. Cason Wallace is in the game. Here's Jalen Williams, the pump fake, the drive, floater with one hand. What the heck was that? These dudes are doing anything right now. Here's wide open Vassell in the corner for three. It's good. And it is an 8-point game. Well, thank you, San Antonio. San Antonio Spurs have decided they want to play. Wemby is still sleeping, but the Spurs have decided to come back in the game. And here we go. Here we go. So, anyway, in another unpredictable sequence of events, Jared McCain is the only guy that can score for the Thunder. And let's go. The Spurs are going nuts right now. This game just has a very weird feel to it. Thunder got to wake up now. Thunder absolutely have to wake up. All right, $5 super chat from our guy Riaz. Thank you so much for the love, man. Shout out to Riaz. He says, RB, putting all bias aside, if Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell are fully healthy, I don't see how they don't repeat. They are just better than New York. Fully healthy, I agree with you, Riaz. I think the Thunder are the best team in the NBA. I don't think it's close. I don't think New York has seen a defense like this yet, so I think you're spot on. I will give the Knicks credit. Like I said, they're on fire right now, but the Western Conference is a much tougher gauntlet. I do think the rest will help the New York Knicks, but the other part is that I don't think Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell are going to be healthy. Like, I think Jalen Williams might miss the rest of the playoffs, and I think AJ Mitchell is kind of game to game here. But the crazy part is, even without those two players, the Thunder are still ridiculously deep. So it's just an insane, overtaxed roster. It's just not fair. It's a juggernaut of a team. And yeah, it's like a monopoly. They're ridiculous. So Fully healthy, I agree. They blow the Knicks out, but I don't think they're going to be fully healthy. I still think they should be able to beat them, but who knows? Like I said, we keep seeing these mental lapses in these games. I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't know what to predict, really. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says Nurse not believing in the young players should have him fired. That, and then also Daryl Morey trading him away. So I'm still hoping Nurse gets the boot under the new management. Mr. Sandman says, I thought this game was for sure over. You can't blow out truly legitimate competition in the playoffs. Yeah, it's true. Can't take your foot off the gas. I just think the Thunder started making some careless mistakes here in the last couple minutes. Like, they were easily on their way to a 30-point lead, and then they just started playing like really dumb. And the crazy part, again, is that Wemby's still not doing anything. Wemby's really not doing anything. So the Thunder started the quarter on a 16-7 run, and now it is a 14-2 run for the Spurs. Here we go. Hartenstein back in the game. It's SGA, Hartenstein, Caruso, Wallace, and McCain. Here's SGA going to drive and kick to the corner. Caruso, another trifecta. That one is short. Hartenstein grabs the offensive rebound somehow. Caruso finds Wallace. Back to Caruso. SGA in the pick and roll. He pops it out to Caruso. Here's a three. Caruso!
He's on fire!
Dude, how many times have I said the Sixers need an Alex Caruso? This guy is just ridiculous, man. He is ridiculous. Here's Harper, drives the lane, kicks it out. Johnson, Vassell for three. Clanks the rim. Spurs track it down. A second attempt now. 10 on the shot clock. Stephon Castle finds Wemby. Wemby for three. It's in and out. Hartenstein runs it down. Here come the Thunder. Wallace drive and kick. Caruso up to Hartenstein. Hartenstein going to dribble. Over the head pass. Caruso again. It's short that time. Here come the San Antonio Spurs. Now it's Wemby guarded by Case and Wallace. Yo, what is Wemby doing, man? Take the matchup against Wallace. Johnson tripped by Hartenstein. Yeah, what is Wemby doing? Is Wemby having a brain fart? You got Case and Wallace on you. Take it to the rim, dude. I'm not even a Spurs fan, and it's driving me nuts. The two games of the series that the Spurs have won, they literally just post-entry it to Wemby, and he just is taller than everybody, and he just puts it right in. What is he doing? Here's De'Aaron Fox coming around a screen. He turns, he spins, puts it up and in. Wemby comes off the floor. Fox was 1 of 8. He is now 2 of 10. Here's SGA, finds Hartenstein. The push shot again. Too much on it. Gets his own rebound, though. Hartenstein. Here's Kenrick Williams back in the game, and he drills the three. They just have shooting on top of shooting on top of shooting. They just have too much, man. They just have too much. Johnson downhill. Johnson floats it up. And he traveled. He airballed it and he grabbed his own shot. If Wemby was playing like himself, I feel like the Spurs might be winning the game, or it'd be very close, but yeah, it's just not his night, I guess. Here's SGA working against Dylan Harper now. SGA going to drive, turn, spin, get aggressive down to Hartenstein, and he turned it over. SGA does have 24 points, though, in 28 minutes. He does have 6 turnovers, but here are the Spurs. Harper steps into a 3. That one is short. Hartenstein picks it up. Harper, I don't know if the ankle's bothering him or what, but he just hasn't looked the same since game 1 either. Then again, you feel like, man, this game isn't over yet. SGA turns it over again. Actually, it's going to stay with OKC. I thought it was out on Hartenstein, but they got Kenrick frickin' Williams hitting threes in the conference finals, man. Kenrick Williams. Like, are you kidding me? Do you know how many minutes Kenrick Williams would play on the Sixers? He would play 0. Here's Isaiah Hartenstein going to find SGA. SGA guarded by Dylan Harper. 1-on-1. 3, 2. SGA step back. Can't get the midi. So now it's Fox, Harper, Cornette, Vassell, and Champagnie. Fox drives, floats it up, and in. So have the Spurs decided that they want to play? Maybe. Maybe. It's now a 10-point game. I turned yellow. There we go. SGA mid-range again. Turn, spin, kick. Hartenstein, one-handed push shot. Gets it to go. Back to 12. Back to 12. Harper going to kick it out to Vassell. Vassell pops a 3. He answers, and he was fouled. It's an and one.
Yes, sir.
Kenrick Williams gets out and fouls him. 4-point play coming up. I have no gauge on this game. I have no clue what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. I really don't. I can't figure this game out. OKC in the bonus. If you guys have not yet hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We will be live for every game the rest of this postseason. Every game of the finals. We'll continue to cover all the major events and drop videos and much more. The free throw was missed. Now SGA goes tumbling. It's going to be a foul on Stephon Castle. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the Spurs are in trouble. Castle with 4 fouls. Champagnie with 4 fouls. I think that's a pretty weak foul call in a game 5 of the conference finals. Yes, SGA was flopping, but if they're going to give him the call, why wouldn't he flop? That was a complete flop, but hey, I mean, they're giving him the calls because they want to, I guess, control this by the fouls. It's getting annoying, man. Second one is good. By the way, SGA missed his first free throw of the night. He was 10 of 10. He goes 1 of 2 at the line. He's 11 of 12. Here is Champagnie. Working against Chet. Takes out to the corner. Crossover. Drive. Champagnie puts a head down. Goes up and puts it in. Nice game all around for Julian Champagnie. 22, 7, and 2. SGA one bounce to Chet, kicked by Champagnie. So it is an 8-point game. 1:20 to go here in the third. SGA dribbles, drives, weaves his way, and another foul. We have hit the 2.5-hour mark of this game. And, well, actually, no, we've hit the 2-hour mark of this game. And we are still not even through the third quarter. The only way the Spurs have a chance to win this game is if Wemby comes back in the game after his long rest here and he wakes up and actually plays. So SGA goes 2 of 2 at the line. He's got 27. Here's De'Aaron Fox, guarded by Chet Holmgren. 1 minute to go here in the third. Here's the dribble, the drive, accelerates. Cason Wallace hit it off the rim. How's that not a interference? Now Cornette just got wrapped up and thrown to the ground. They're actually going to call the foul on Cornette. That's wild, man. First off, it should have been a defensive interference. Or a goaltending, I mean. I don't know how they didn't call that. Wow, what a blown call. These referees, man. These referees need an evaluation after this game. What? They need an evaluation after this game. So now it's going to be Jalen Williams at the line because of the foul. I don't even know, man. I don't even know anymore. Second one is no good. So Jalen Williams goes empty at the line. 2 crucial misses. It is 98-88. 45 seconds to go here in the third. De'Aaron Fox guarded by Cason Wallace. He finds Wembanyama now back in the game. Wemby drives, lost it off his foot. It's out of bounds and it's turned over. And now we're going to have a challenge. So they're not going to challenge. Okay. Now Mitch Johnson is screaming at the ref. He wanted a challenge. They didn't give it to him. SGA finds Jalen Williams. Now SGA. SGA at the top. He's dribbling, spinning, driving. SGA falls and another foul. Yeah, this is getting pretty annoying to watch, man. Mitch Johnson is pissed. He thought he had that. He thought he had that. The whole San Antonio bench was screaming. Whole bench was screaming. They're pissed, man. Ball definitely went off the foot of Chet. Free throw is going to be good. SGA now 16 of 17 at the free throw line. 17 seconds to go here in the third. I think Mitch got a technical there, yeah, so I don't know, man. Just get us to the end of the third. Now we got another foul. Tony Brothers, you're killing me, man. This game has become unwatchable, man. Riaz says the final is going to be 4 hours a game. It might be at this pace. With the Knicks and the Thunder, yeah. Yeah. If somebody knows in the chat, what is the most fouls ever recorded in a conference finals? You got Tony Brothers over here laughing. I think Tony Brothers thinks that this is a joke. I think he thinks this game is a joke or something. Like, what are you doing, Tony Brothers? You're getting on my nerves, dude. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm kind of quiet right now. I just don't have like a ton to say because I don't know, man. It's just like, what am I supposed to say, man? I feel like every 2 seconds is a foul. If you guys have not yet liked the show, subscribe to the channel. Get us to 55-1, man. We're 19 subs away. We need 19 more. Let's go, guys. Free throw is missed, and we got another foul. Guys, stop calling freaking fouls! Holy hell, bro. I'm about to crash out. Nobody wants to see 60 fouls in a game, bro. We are up to 40 fouls in the freaking game, man. Free throw's good. Jared McCain, 2, 1, pull up, 3, misses it at the buzzer. All right. We are finally at the end of the third quarter. Sorry for the crash out, but it's getting on my nerves, man. 40 fouls in the first 3 quarters. A very back and forth game, a lot of ups and downs. It's hard to predict what is going to happen next, but we have finally hit the end of the third quarter. It is a 10-point game. All I want to know from you in the chat, who do you think is going to win the game? Who is going to get the W?
Let's go.
Who is going to get the W here in this game 5, a crucial game 5? Who do you think is going to get the W? Give me your thoughts. All right, I will read out some of the comments here in a second. I'll give you my final prediction, but got to give one more shout out here to our partners of the show over at National University. I think I'm going to go to National University and take a class on how to become a referee, so that way we don't have to watch 40 fouls in 3 quarters. But in all seriousness, check out National University. They have over 150 degree programs to choose from. You can go to school online from anywhere, the comfort of your own home, and you can take classes in areas of study, including education, business, marketing, healthcare, psychology, nursing, social sciences, engineering, tech, criminal justice, law, public service, arts, and more. They awarded nearly $55 million in scholarships and tuition reductions last year. And they understand that you can't press pause on life to learn. Same way you can't press pause on this game, even though it feels like we have. National University gets that, and they know that you don't have to choose between school and life, so they allow you to prioritize everything. That's how they set up their courses. Their courses help you balance work, life, and school. They're invested in your education and seeing you thrive. That's why they also offer additional resources like free mental health and virtual mental health counseling and a student wellness center with one-on-one support for life challenges. With NU, you can be a busy worker, person, or learner and a successful student all at the same time. You could even be doing courses right now while tapping into RB's live stream and watching Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Click their link down below. Check out all their flexible online curriculum program offerings. And a big shout out to National University, a proud partner of Philly Take with RB for the last 2 seasons. Thank you to them very much. And my final takeaway is I think the Thunder win this game. Obviously, they're getting a lot of assists from the referees right now, but unless Wemby comes alive here somehow, I just don't see the Spurs getting it done. I think they'll keep it interesting. I think they'll keep it close, but I think the Thunder have this one secured. But I've been wrong before. We'll see. We'll see. I did think this was going to be a cardiac game. It's been up and down, back and forth, but just seems like OKC is going to do it. And there's going to be a game 6 in San Antonio with a finals berth on the line. $5 super chat. AP says that's how they win to get to the free throw line. That's how they beat us. Also, we lost one because of an SGA non-call. We're ready. Flamethrowers ready. AP, thank you for the super chat, man. Shout out AP. He says the Knicks are ready for either one of these opponents. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Castle drives and kicks to the corner. Champagny to start the fourth. Wemby inside. Misses it at the cup. It goes out of bounds. Which way will they call it? Brothers doesn't know what to say. He's looking for help from the other referee. So who gets the ball here? Who's getting the ball? They're not showing us who is getting the ball. They're going to do a jump ball. Wow. Wow. Now they're going to the scorer's table to try to review the play. They really don't know. Like, are these referees just not watching the game, man? Tony Brothers must be tested after this game. Now they're coming back to do a jump ball because they went to talk at the scorer's table and they're coming back and they still don't know. Wemby wins the jump ball. Here's Stephon Castle coming around a screen, drives, kicks it out to the referee. He thought it was his teammate. He thought the referee was his teammate, and he threw it to the ref, and it goes out of bounds. Here's Jared McCain now coming around a screen, finds Hartenstein. Hartenstein in with Chet, Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, and Jared McCain. Wallace to Hartenstein, floats it up, and in again. Hartenstein just absolutely lighting them up from the mid-range. I don't know why Wemby is sitting on the perimeter. Here's a three from Wemby. That's no good. Why is Wemby on the perimeter? It does not make any sense to me. Here's Jared McCain with the crossover. Hartenstein, oh, nice behind the back pass. McCain for three, can't get it. Hartenstein the rebound. Caruso at the top. And he turns it over in the lane. Bad turnover by Caruso and an easy layup on the other end by Stephon Castle. Both of these teams are playing idiotic right now, honestly. Here's McCain, almost stepped out of bounds, throws to Chet, nobody picks it up. Hartenstein luckily tracked it down. Hartenstein working against Wemby, he falls on the ground and it's taken away again. Teams are falling apart.
Let's go.
Now the Thunder take it back on the other side. Wallace, Caruso, Hartenstein in the lane, wide open, slams it down for two. SGA getting some rest on the bench. Wemby's going to come up and set the screen. Castle downhill, kicks out to Champagny, a corner three, it's short. Here come the Thunder. McCain working against Devin Vassell, finds Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein turning, spinning. Hartenstein down to Chet. Chet goes up, and now he's fouled. So now Castle's going to pick up his fifth foul. That was a terrible turnover on the other end. Wemby's not even paying attention, man. So now Castle's got 5. Champagny has 4. I don't know how that's a foul, man. Like I said, if I'm the Thunder, yeah, I'm going to keep flopping because they're calling it. But it's like, why are the referees doing this? And also, the Spurs are stowed away again. Alley-oop to Wemby. He gets stuffed by the rim. Spurs get it back in a second attempt. Here's Vassell from the corner. Can't get the 3. Yeah, Wemby it's just not his night. Spurs are not winning this game. Wemby is not in it mentally. Here's Caruso. Drives. He just pump faked Wemby on a pass and he misses the layup. Spurs are in this game because the Thunder are giving them a chance. Keldon Johnson from the wing. Looked like it was blocked by Cason Wallace. Here come the Thunder down the other end. The Euro, the drive. Chet goes up. And I think it's going to be a jump ball. What will they call it? Let's see. Yeah, Wemby, I've never seen Wemby get stuffed by the rim. $5 super chat from AP. Thank you, my man. He says, RB, I'm assuming you're in your 20s. When did you start watching Philadelphia? What is your favorite team in all of sports? Mine is New York Knicks, Mets, and Yankees. Chet's actually at the free throw line now. He's going to knock down the first. When did I start watching Philly sports? I started watching them the day I came out of the womb. And my favorite teams are all the Philly teams. So, 4 for 4, baby. That's what we call it here in Philly. Sixers, Eagles, Phillies, and Flyers. 2 of 2 at the line for Chet. 9 minutes to play. 107-93. A crucial fourth quarter. Wemby trying to find a little bit of rhythm. He's got it off the dribble now. From the three-point line. Drives inside, floats it up. A terrible miss. Wemby tries to tap it back to himself, and he can't pick it up. Here come the Thunder. McCain down the other side. McCain going to find Chet in the dunker spot. Now Chet in the low post. He's going to post up Johnson. He turns, and he was fouled on the floor. Busy B says, I think Wemby is gassed. This is his first playoff run. He did not anticipate how taxing it would be. Probably. There's no other really... There's no other explanation for it right now. I mean, he just looks completely gassed. Here's Jared McCain up top. McCain switched to the left hand, step back, mid-range, airballed it. Chet tried to save it, and the Spurs pick it up. Here come the Spurs. Johnson in the corner. They know Wemby can't really do much. And now Johnson is fouled by Jared McCain. Shea's up to 30 points. Here's Fox. Accelerates to the rim. Misses it. Wemby the rebound. Puts it up and lays it in. 107-95. Thunder lead it by 12. 7:50 to go. SGA at the top. He's guarded by Vassell. SGA 1-on-1. Crossover. Drive. Step back. Deep 2. It's short. Hartenstein the offensive rebound. Poked away again. Both of these teams are playing very sloppy right now. Here's Wemby, going to drive, turn, spin, and fouled in the lane by Hartenstein. You see Wemby gasping for air as he's walking around the floor. He just doesn't look like he has energy. So now Hartenstein's got 4 fouls. First one good for Wembanyama. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7:25 to go here in the fourth. It is an 11-point OKC lead. Once again, one more time, I want to say thank you for tapping in and hanging out with me. I'm RB. I cover the Sixers, the Eagles, the NBA, the NFL, and we are continuing our coverage throughout the rest of the playoffs. So make sure you tap in every single game. Help us push this through the algorithm by hitting that thumbs up button. Wemby is a big boy running up and down the floor. I know he is feeling it. He definitely is. Definitely is. I mean, look at what he's had to do in this series. Question is, can Wemby really get in better shape? I don't know what he can really do. I think he was in phenomenal shape this season. It's just the nature of the position and the size, you know? So I don't know. Game 1, SGA had 24. Game 2, he had 30. Game 3, he had 26. Game 4, he had 19. And tonight, he has 30 points, 16 of them coming from the free throw line. Even without Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell, this team is just ridiculously deep, man. Ridiculously deep are the Thunder. All right, if you are still in here rocking with your boy, man, drop a fire emoji. We will break down the rest of this game live. We will do a little post-game recap show. We will not be live tomorrow. We will drop a video, though, so make sure you check out for that. And Thursday, we will be live for game number 6. Busy says Wemby has youth on his side. He will be all right. Yeah, Victor Wembanyama, he's just going to learn from this. I still think the Spurs can take game 6, though. I definitely think they could take game 6 and, push us to 7, honestly. $17 for Caruso off the bench is huge, man. $11 boards for Chet, 12 for Hartenstein. That is massive. $40 to 32 on the rebounds. $19 to 6 in the fast break for San Antonio. Wemby going to knock down at the line, so it's a 10-point ball game again, 107 to 97. Wemby still looking like he's gasping for air, but here's Jared McCain. You know the Thunder guards are trying to run around and tire him out a little bit more here in this final stretch. SGA goes into him, steps back, off the backboard, can't get it. Here come the San Antonio Spurs. Fox, they need him to accelerate. He does, puts it up and in. It is an 8-point game. And once again, here we are again. All of a sudden, here we go. Feels like the Spurs have a chance again. What a bipolar basketball game. Here's SGA around the screen. Puts his shoulder into Vassell. Finds Hartenstein under the rim. Floats it up over Wemby and gets it to go. Ten-point game. They need another one from Fox. He's at the top, guarded by now Caruso. Going to find a cutting Vassell. Vassell to the rim, up with the left hand. Missed it short. Couldn't get the bunny. Here come the Thunder. McCain in stride for three. Cha-ching! Jared McCain!
He's on fire!
Chat, I'll be back in a minute, man. Jared frickin' McCain, bro. All right, man, we are back. 6 minutes to go. Jared McCain just extended it to a 13-point ball game. Question is, can they actually finish it out? Will they finish it out this time? That is the question. Guess we'll see. Yes, we will see. This feels like the ultimate point right here. Like it's either going to be the Thunder extended to a 15-point game or the Spurs make a miraculous comeback. We'll see. Jared McCain, 12 points in the second half, by the way. He's up to 14. He got the start tonight. He's played 27 minutes, and he is absolutely cooking. I'm not going to say anything more about the Jared McCain thing. It is what it is. We get reminded of it every single game. There's nothing else I can really say. Shout out to Jared McCain. All right, 112.99, 13-point game, 6 minutes to go. Castle drives and kicks. Keldon Johnson, corner three. He can't get it. Thunder have it again. Here comes McCain. He's on a roll. Hartenstein up to SGA. SGA around the screen. He's working. He steps back. Mid-range shot. No good. Here come the San Antonio Spurs now off the miss. Champagny out to Johnson. Johnson drives, floats it up and in. 11-point ball game now. Jared McCain guarded by Dylan Harper now at the logo. Bounces it to SGA. Hartenstein sets the screen. SGA rolling. Left hand to right. One bounce to Caruso. Corner three, and it is good. 20 points for Alex Caruso. Once again, another magnificent game. 4 threes off the bench. Caruso has been one of the MVPs of this series as far as I'm concerned. Keldon Johnson trying to answer. The bounce does not fall. Thunder with a 14-point lead. 4:50 to play. Here they come. The drive, the kick. McCain, a trifecta. Rolls up and out. Wemby the board. Here come the Spurs. Johnson coming down the other way now. He's going to find Castle. Up to Wemby. Wemby pops a three. Misses it. Johnson taps it back. Misses it. Taps it a third time. He's got it. Now they need an actual stop if they want to be in this game. Here's McCain going to find SGA. SGA coming around a screen. Downhill against Castle. He steps back now. 2 on him. They're not letting SGA get any look. But the problem is they're leaving Caruso open on the weak side. Caruso, another 3. Too much on at that time. He's feeling it, though. He's like, let me just keep going. Here's Stephon Castle down the other end. Drive, step over, Euro, up, and missed it. 12-point game, 4 to go. SGA accelerates, steps back. SGA for 3, no good. Cason Wallace, the offensive rebound. McCain wants a stab at it, and he gets it to go. You know what's really crazy, man? Like the amount of people in these live chat comments, the amount of people who sit here and tried to tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, it's just unbelievable, bro. I'm so happy for Jared McCain, but I feel freaking pain right now, man. It's every game, bro. Every game. Yo, why do you talk about Jared McCain every game? Because every game, he's lighting it up. First career playoff start, man. First career playoff start, by the way. 15 in the second half. I mean, come on, man. How many times? Look, I know y'all are tired of hearing about it, man. I know you're tired of hearing about it, but it's ridiculous. All you weirdos that came in here during the season and ran your campaign victory tours and, oh, Jared McCain, whatever. Like, no. Throw the apology form around, man. You were wrong. Many of us were right. I'm tired of talking about it. I really am at this point, but I can't even watch a playoff game without it smacking me dead in the face. Vassell for 3. Short. Hartenstein the rebound. SGA working against Champagny. Hartenstein, Caruso. SGA at the top. Jared McCain dribbling, driving. McCain floats it up. Misses it. Spurs get it back. Here's Stephon Castle for 3. And it goes. 12-point game. Caruso, they're getting trapped, man. They're playing zone. Actually, no, they're just doubling the ball. Here's SGA, drives all the way, weaves his way to the rim, puts it up and in. Fantastic night for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 120 to 106. Here's De'Aaron Fox. He pulls up a quick 3. They need it. It doesn't go. 2:20 to play. And it is a 14-point ball game. Three ball missed by Jalen Williams. We got a foul on the San Antonio Spurs. It's going to stay with OKC. But yeah, man, I'm tired of talking about the McCain thing. I don't feel like saying anything else about it, man. Nothing else I could say. Here come the San Antonio backups. Bismack Biyombo coming into the game. The Spurs are waving the white flag, which to me is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. I've agreed with most of what Mitch Johnson has done. I've agreed with most of what Mitch Johnson has done in this series, but waving the white flag with 2:20 to play, I still think it's kind of wild. $2 super chat from Time to Obligation. Thank you, my man. He says, Caruso is the player of the game. McCain is the game savior. Yeah, I mean, Caruso had an unbelievable night, which we will talk about here. I said he would be the X factor, him or Chet. I think both of them stepped up big tonight. And I think that McCain just delivered. Like, they needed another guy to step up in the second half, and it was Jared McCain. It's just a consistent thing at this point. I mean, there's just not much else to say about it. It's just what he does every game. $5 super chat, RDB, thank you so much. The McCain haters think that this year's first round pick is better than him. Listen, man, I don't even want to talk about it anymore, man. There's nothing to say. If those people believe that, then they either don't like Jared McCain personally, or they are just one of those Sixers fans where they just blindly agree with everything the Sixers do. It is as simple as that. I've been proven right time and time again. Even if you hit the 22nd pick and you hit on a big player, like you had a guy on a rookie contract that could have helped this year. It's as simple as that, man. I'm not saying McCain would have won the championship for the Sixers. I'm just saying you had the perfect type of player you wanted. You gave him to the OKC Thunder and you got fleeced. Simple as that. And they did it to duck the tax. McLaughlin floats one in. 14-point game, 140 to go. Well, listen, man, this is what the Sixers have been doing for years. They like to duck the tax. They like to duck the tax. That is what happens. What? Oh, well. Anyway, we are finally winding down to the last few moments of this game. And we'll do a little post-game show for anybody that wants to stick in and hear it. Oh, wow, I didn't even see this. Biyombo's going at Hartenstein. What's up with Bismack Biyombo, man? Know your role, bro. Calm down. You got in for the first time in like 2 years, and you're out here going at people? Come on, bro. First one good for Jared McCain. Wemby said, let me forget how to go to the basket being 10 feet tall. I think he's just tired, man. That's the only thing I can comprehend from this game. I mean, just did not play like himself whatsoever. But I would say, you know, this is what the Thunder do. This is what they do in every big moment. They just continue to do this in every big moment. A three from Carter Bryant. That one is short. Spurs get the rebound. Biyombo fumbles it, and McCain has it. 1:20 to play here in the fourth. Thunder going to wind out some clock. McCain, one-on-one, working against Bryant. Dribbles, drives, high-arcing layup, misses it. Here come the Spurs. Game 5 coming down to a conclusion. And Carter Bryant with a nice fillet on the other side, 123 to 110. Regardless of how the Sixers management tries to spin it, that was a horrible trade. Yeah, we all knew that. The real ones knew it, man. 100%. Just an embarrassing trade. And it just goes to show, it's like a perfect display of the incompetence of the Sixers organization. McCain just took an elbow to the top of the head. That was on Bismack Biyombo. Biyombo once again roughs up Jared McCain. Let's see this again. He went straight up. They didn't really show us what happened. It looked like Biyombo might have elbowed him in the face by accident. I don't know. But McCain is back at the free throw line. First one is good. Talk about a first career playoff start, man. Oh, I see what happened now. McCain he didn't really get hit by Biyombo, but the back of his head hit Plumlee's shin. I forgot about Plumlee. He's still in the league too, man. Second one is good for Jared McCain. 20 points yet again. Another 20-point game off the bench. Or actually, no, he was starting tonight, but just another 20-point game for Jared McCain. Now we got a foul down the other end. Aaron Wiggins is in. I don't know why Wiggins played as much as he did last game. It's hard to figure out the rotations. "24 points in Game 3 for Jared McCain. 20 in Game 5. Much needed as well. They started McCain to get more shooting over Cason Wallace, and he was fantastic. Free throws are good. 13-point game. 33 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Nikola Topic in for the first time with some of the other cleanup crew. Topic dribbles downhill, turns and kicks. Here's McCain, another three. In and out. Williams taps it in. You know, it's crazy, man, and I call him... I call Topic the cleanup crew, and yet this guy should have been a top 5 pick last year. Kelly Olynyk just got into it with Aaron Wiggins. Yeah, y'all are about to see the real Kelly Olynyk here. Man bun. Free throw is good. 13-point game. 10 seconds to go, and they're finally going to wind out the clock. 5 seconds, and that's it. Thunder finally wrap up game number 5. They win it 127-114. Another double-digit win here in the conference finals. So there's only been one non-double-digit win. Actually, was game 1 a double-digit win? It might have, let's see. No, that was a 7-point game, but actually game 2 was only 9, even though it felt like a blowout. But yeah, just another one-sided game here in the second half. Thunder get the W. We're going to talk about the main reasons why. This was a insanely long game. We'll talk about why that happened as well. We will continue to break it down all here on the NBA Playoff Game Day Live show. First and foremost, I want to say thank you again to everybody that has hung in here tonight as we are continuing to cover the rest of the playoffs. So once again, make sure you like the show and subscribe to the channel. But the Thunder get a W in game number 5. The series now heads back to San Antonio. So are the Spurs done? Will they bounce back in game 6? We will see on Thursday night. But with that being said, I know everybody feels a little winded after watching that game. Trust me, I feel you. But we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Sorry, I got to drink some water, man. I mean, we've been covering all these games. This was a long one. All right. I want to hear from you in the comments. I want to know what you think. Give me your thoughts down in the chat. And with that being said, we are going to take it over to the NBA playoff post-game live show, which we do every single game. NBA post-game live show brought to you by Kalshi the OKC Thunder get it done after a very long, tiring game in game number 5. They take down the Spurs 127-114. And there were a couple main reasons they did it. There were a couple big bench sparks tonight, and there were a couple bounce back performances. But the main storyline of the game was Victor Wembanyama. What happened to him? Where did he go? Where is the Wemby that we have all known and seen the first 4 games of the series? Where was Victor Wembanyama? Was he tired? Was he injured? Did he not care, or is he just winded? We'll talk about all that and more. And, obviously we have to address the elephant in the room being Sixers fans about Jared McCain. So we'll get to it all, man, right here on the NBA Postgame Live show. But I want to hear from you. Let me know down below. Make sure you follow us everywhere. Make sure you like our show. Tap it on YouTube every single game. We will start it off with the biggest storyline of the night, Victor Wembanyama. All right. And before I even talk about Wemby, matter of fact, let's look at some of the stats, because some of this is very jarring stuff. Like when you try to really take this into account, it's a game of runs and there's a lot that happens, right? Let's just read off some of the runs in this game. There was a 14-1 run for the Thunder. There was a 14-2 run for the Spurs. There was a 15-3 run for the Thunder. There was a 13-4 run for the Spurs. It was literally back and forth, back and forth. The Spurs came out of the gate firing. Julian Champagnie looked like he was going to have an all-time game. He had 13 in the first in 9 minutes. I mean, the Spurs came out aggressive. Wemby couldn't get going, but every other player looked like they were on their game. And the Thunder came out, and SGA was turning the ball over early. He finished this game tonight with 6 turnovers. He had 3 right out of the gate. But then the Thunder started to really get in their rhythm and wind down a little bit and just get back to the basics. And SGA was getting downhill, and the first quarter was very competitive, back and forth, a lot of different guys stepping up. I thought Chet Holmgren had a big bounce back game for OKC tonight, and his impact was really felt in the first. He had 8 points, 4 boards. He went 4 of 4 in 8 minutes and a steal as well in the first quarter. Now, he didn't play that well in the second half, but Chet Holmgren had a big impact in this game in the first quarter. And like I said, it was back and forth. And then we get to the second quarter, and it became the foul festival. It became a free throw contest. And if I could just rant for 1 minute about the referees, I mean, this was one of the craziest refereeing performances led by Tony Brothers that I've ever seen. Now, the Tony Brothers method is usually, one of the halves is like no fouls, and one of the halves is like kind of all fouls, right? Like making up for it. And you literally saw the breakdown in the first quarter versus the second tonight. Like the first quarter was fine. It went quick and, they were letting the guys play. The second quarter was some of the craziest stuff that I've ever seen in my life. They had, I think, 25 fouls at halftime. And I mean, I just, you look at the total tonight. The total in this game, 51 personal fouls. The Thunder were 20 of 20 from the free throw line at halftime. And the Spurs were 17 of 19. The Thunder finished this game 33 of 38 from the free throw line. And the Spurs finished this game 28 of 32 from the free throw line. So it was kind of evened out with the totals. But there is something to be said about the flow of a basketball game. And I feel, just as an outside watcher, as someone who's calling the game live and breaking it down, that this was one of the most unwatchable playoff games that I can remember in recent memory. And I do think it affected the flow of the game. Like in that second quarter alone, every player, both teams were in the bonus in 4 minutes. I mean, the second quarter alone felt like it was an hour and a half long. And I feel like that really messed up the flow of the game. and guys were getting tired. They were, kind of wearing out a little bit. Now, with all that being said, the Thunder scored 40 points in the second quarter. 40 points in the second for OKC. 31 for the San Antonio Spurs. So, although there was a lot of free throws, I mean, they were making them. Like I said, the Thunder were perfect in the first half. It made the game very choppy. So then anyway, we get into the third quarter, and that's when the Thunder go on a quick 9-0 run. You're thinking, all right, I forget how many they were up, but it looked like they were about to blow this game out of the water. See if I can find it. I don't know how many they went up. I think it was like 18 points, like right out of the gate in the third quarter. And you're thinking to yourselves, okay, actually it was 20. So they went up by 20 and you're like, all right, this game's about to get out of hand. We're on pace for another blowout. And, that's going to be the final outcome, just like every other game of this series outside of the first quarter. But then here come the San Antonio Spurs. And I thought for like a 4 to 5 minute run, the San Antonio Spurs were just, I don't know if they were forcing the issue. Guys were stepping up, hitting shots. De'Aaron Fox hit a couple. Castle hit a couple nice shots in that run. And Keldon Johnson had a nice 15 off the bench. He was hitting some shots. But really what it was OKC kind of got complacent. And they were turning the ball over. Whether it was Jared McCain or SGA or whoever it was. Like they just were playing very bad basketball. So then they allow the Spurs to kind of stay in it. And they're hovering around that 10-point mark. They're hovering 10, 11, 12, down to 8, down to 7. And it felt like it stayed like that for the rest of the game. Once again, there were a lot of possessions where, SGA gets hip checked, maybe a little bit egregious of a flop, Hartenstein flopped a little bit. Everybody was flopping, but can you blame them when these guys are getting the calls? I mean, they're getting the calls every single play. So I can't really blame them. I understand why it's not appealing to people watching the product, but they're getting the calls. So of course they're going to keep falling down. And it just felt like for the rest of the game, it was very choppy, very interrupted by the officials. But nonetheless, we get to that early fourth quarter. SGA's getting a little bit of a rest. And I'm screaming at the television, Wemby, get your butt in the paint. Get inside the paint. He tried to do it a few possessions. He put the ball on the floor a little bit, but they kept picking and popping, and Wemby would try to put it on the floor. He would either get plucked or he would chuck up an inefficient, floater. There was an alley-oop attempt in the fourth where he literally got stuffed by the side of the rim. So we could talk about the Thunder all we want, but the main storyline is Victor Wembanyama did not show up tonight for whatever reason, whether it's the fatigue, whether his body is aching, maybe he didn't drink his coffee this morning. I don't know. But Victor Wembanyama did not show up at all in this game from the first possession to the last possession. And I think he'll tell you that himself. There was a timeout where he's yelling at the rest of the team. He should have been yelling at himself to wake up. Some people were saying maybe he just, is feeling it at this point, right? His body is too taxed, and based on the production that he's had in other games of this series, he just can't keep up physically. And I think that is a major concern. Now, at the end of the day, you got to come back and win a game at home. But Victor Wembanyama's play today was the main reason the Spurs lost. And I know other players did not step up. Castle had a big game with 24, 6, 5, and 3 steals. Champagnie had 22, 8, 3 steals. But Wemby, you're the guy. Fox, you're the guy. They both went 4 of 15 from the field. Wemby had 12 free throws made in this game, 12 of 12. If he doesn't hit those free throws and get those free throws, he had 8 points in this game. It was an unacceptable Wemby game. I think he had 1 rebound at halftime. He finished with 6. Again, I can't just sit here and blame Wemby because he's a great player. He's a star. But he was the main reason they lost this game. And I thought they couldn't get any rhythm with the officiating and all that stuff. And if we look at the final tallies here, On the rebounds, they got out-rebounded 48-41. Now, they did have 26 fast break points, and I'm very surprised that the OKC Thunder only had 9. I mean, in this entire series, the Thunder are not taking advantage of one of their strengths, and that is scoring on the fast break. Easy steals, easy buckets, coast to coast. OKC did capitalize on the second chance points, though, tonight. 26-15. Like I said, 48 rebounds. They had 14 offensive rebounds. And both teams were turning the ball over a lot. 16 for OKC. And the Spurs scored 22 points off of those 16 turnovers. On the flip side, the Spurs had 15 turnovers. And the Thunder scored 20 points off of the turnovers. But really where this game was won was the Thunder did what I said before the game. 2 things. Number 1, they got physical. They kept hitting Wemby. I don't even think they were as physical as I thought they were going to be. I just think Wemby did not come out with the right approach. It almost looked like they were trying to save him for Game 6 back at home. But I don't want to take away the credit from the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder, every time, and I said this in the pregame, I said it throughout the game, every time their back is against the wall, every time they've had these big situations or big moments over the last couple of years where you look at them and you say, okay, now they need a win. Now they need an opportunity to strike and they need to make it happen. Every time that situation presents itself, the Oklahoma City Thunder get it done. They step up and get it done every single time. That shows a lot of resiliency. That shows a lot of mental toughness. It shows the way that they're coached. And the entire game, like Mark Dagnall's over there squinting like he's got a master plan, like he's seeing the game on a different dimension. And the Thunder players don't look concerned at all. SGA's laughing with Jalen Williams. McCain's getting and one, screaming to the crowd. The other Jalen Williams is having fun on the floor. Like, these guys look fine. I thought the rotations were idiotic in Game 4. They came back, they ironed it out, and we will get to Jared McCain in a second, don't worry. But they trimmed out all the fat. You know, Aaron Wiggins didn't play. Isaiah Joe didn't need to play. They just went back to the basics of what worked, and SGA got downhill. Yeah, he had a ton of free throws in this game, but you also can't take away the fact that he was aggressive. Wemby was not aggressive. SGA was, and that made the difference. Simple as that. I think I said SGA was going to have 33 or 34 points in this game. He finishes with 32. 7 of 19 from the field, 16 made free throws, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block. But he was aggressive. He put himself in that situation to be able to go out there and get fouled. Why? Because he had an aggressive mindset. After those first couple of minutes, he just kept driving to the rim. The ball movement was incredible. There was a couple quick touch passes up to the wing. Caruso saved one out of bounds, found McCain. There was another one from Cason Wallace. Yeah, man, I mean, this team's chemistry is just on point. They're one of the deepest rosters in the NBA for a reason, and we saw that again tonight. Now, the other thing I wanted to say before we get to some of our final points here, I told you the Thunder would not shoot as bad as they did in game number 4. That was an anomaly. They come out tonight. They shoot 48% from the field. They shoot 44 from 3, 87 from the line. This is more in line with who the Thunder are. They're just a damn good team. And the Spurs shot 29% from 3 tonight. They just didn't have enough production, especially from guys off the bench. Vassell didn't show up. 2 of 11, 2 of 9 from 3. They missed a couple open ones. I thought the Thunder enforced it a little bit. But yeah, the Spurs just did not have the right game plan on offense, and Wemby needs to be the best player in the world, and he was far from that tonight. That is why the Thunder won this basketball game. But all game long and all series long, we come back to this thought of, we don't know what's going to happen next. I guess that makes it very intriguing. The suspense. We don't know how 5 minutes are going to play out versus the next 10. We saw that in this game. We thought the Thunder would close this out in the third the way they were playing, and then the Spurs come back and bounce back. So there's just so many different elements to this series, a lot of coaching adjustments. I thought Mitch Johnson was decent tonight. I just think the players didn't show up. There was that one play where he tried to challenge and they didn't call it. He got pissed off. I love the emotion, but at the end of the day, production and making shots is what it comes down to. The game is very simple. Now, we do need to talk about the couple of bench sparks for the OKC Thunder. Another main reason that they won this basketball game. And yes, unfortunately, although I don't want to talk about it, we have to go on a little Jared McCain rant. And we have to talk about Alex Caruso. And we have to talk about some of the other X factors. I talked about Chet Holmgren. He had 11 rebounds. I thought he was great, with his size and physicality, especially when Wemby finally took a little step off the pedestal. It was Chet Holmgren that took advantage of it and was aggressive and got downhill. And also Isaiah Hartenstein with that little push shot has been phenomenal. 15 rebounds tonight for Isaiah Hartenstein. He has just bounced back in his series, and he has been phenomenal. Now, we are going to talk about the couple bench sparks, and we're going to wrap it up with our thoughts looking forward to game number 6. Can the Spurs actually bounce back and win, or is this series over? Once again, I want to give credit one more time to the Thunder, though. Every time their backs are against the wall, they just have the game they need to. But what do you think? Are the Thunder going to finish it out in 6, or can the Spurs come back and push it to 7? First off, we have a $5 super chat from Jack Dwight. He says, "What's up from JJ Land?" Not sure if JJ sent some people over, but shout out to my guy, play-by-play with JJ in the chat, one of the best doing it. And Jack, thank you so much for showing support to the channel. Welcome on in, man. Shout out to you, Jack, and shout out to JJ. All right, I got to go on a little bit of a rant, but before I do that, a quick shout out to our partners of the show over at Kalshi. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Kalshi right now. If you are a Thunder fan, all right, the most electric time in basketball season is here. If the Thunder win one more game, they're in the finals. Well, what have I told you on Kalshi? They're trading at a 49% chance to win it all. That means if you put a $100 trade on the Thunder, it would pay out $205 if they took the title. You can trade every single playoff game, series, conference finals, even the rest of it, and the championship over on Kalshi. They're the largest prediction market. Let's say you wanted to go with more of the underdog. You're like, okay, the New York Knicks have won 11 in a row. They're riding a crazy wave of momentum. I'm going to take the New York Knicks on Kalshi. Right now, they're trading at a 27% chance to win it all, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $371 if they went ahead and took the title right now. As the playoffs heat up, the numbers move in real time. You can buy in or out at any time. On Kalshi, you trade against peers in a live market, meaning there is no house. As the probability changes, you buy in and out of your position at any time. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app, use code PhillyTake, and get $10 when you trade 10. That's KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more info, see Kalshi.com/regulatory. I guess I'll have to wait to give you my pick over on Kalshi until we see what happens in game 6 and maybe a game 7. But before we get to all that, man, two main reasons the Thunder won the game tonight were the sparks from Jared McCain and Alex Caruso. I'll go with Caruso first, okay? Alex Caruso, 22 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 rebounds in 28 minutes. I still don't know why Caruso doesn't start at this point over Lou Dort, but what I do know is that Alex Caruso is the ultimate role player. It is as simple as that. There have been many times on this platform where I've sat up here and said, the Sixers or whatever other team need an Alex Caruso. And it's crazy. You look at this dude in the regular season, He averages 6 points a game and 2.8 rebounds. It's unbelievable. But guess what? When the playoffs come, this guy goes from shooting 29% from three in the regular season, and he is shooting 47% from three in the playoffs. That might be one of the biggest jumps I have ever seen. 29 to 47. He is a playoff riser. He did it last year as well. And I called him one of the most important pieces on the Thunder last postseason. He definitely is again. And in my opinion, he is one of the MVPs of this series. 31 in game 1, 17 in game 2, 15 in game 3. There was a weird thing going on in game 4 where he only played 14 minutes and he had 0 points. Why didn't you play him more? He comes back in game 5, plays 28 minutes, and what do you know? He drops 22 points and 4 threes. I have seen enough of a sample size to say that Alex Caruso is one of the best role players in the NBA. There's just nothing else to it. He is good in every aspect. He spaces the floor. He was pulling Wemby out of the paint tonight. He just hits big shots. He spaces the floor perfectly. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. He even got elbowed in the back of the head. He hurt his ankle. He went to the locker room, comes back in, doesn't matter. Just the epitome of the best role player that you can ask for. He's quick. He's agile. He does everything. He does everything. Simple as that, man. It cannot be understated the value that Alex Caruso brings to the OKC Thunder. Simple as that. He is unbelievable. And the other guy who I've been trying to refrain from talking about, and not to keep you waiting, but honestly because I don't feel like talking about it anymore. But ladies and gentlemen, it must be said again. At this point, what do I even say? Jared McCain does it again. They say, why do you talk about Jared McCain all the time? Well, the Sixers traded him away and had absolutely no bench, and he just continues to cook. I don't know how else I can put it. The trade is one of the worst ever. It's a disaster. You look for young players to build your team with on rookie contracts that you have control over, that can get better, that are young, that can do what Jared McCain does. And in his first playoff start, with AJ Mitchell being out, Jalen Williams being out, the guy struggles in the first half, comes out and has 15 points in the second half. 20 points, 3 triples, 3 rebounds in his first career playoff start. This is a guy they tried to tell me would be unplayable. They tried to tell me that this dude would be unplayable in the playoffs. And here he is when asked to step in relief, starting in the Western Conference Finals. And in that second half, the Thunder needed another scorer when the Spurs were doing their best to take SGA out of the game. And who better than Jared McCain to come flying in and hit bucket after bucket? He's hitting big threes. He's screaming to the crowd. I mean, this is going down as one of the worst trades in Sixer history. It is. I mean, it is an absolute disaster. I'm so tired of even bringing it up, but it just smacks me in the face every single game when I'm trying to watch the NBA playoffs. There's just nothing else to say. Put it to bed. People can sign the apology form if they want. They probably won't. Anybody that can't see that that was a ridiculous trade needs to be evaluated. They need to be evaluated like Paul George. Simple as that, man. Jared McCain is unbelievable. And to be quite honest with you, man, there's just not much left to say. It just smacks us in the face every single game. He is the perfect blend of dribble creation, of driving to the rim, knocking down threes, and just hitting big shots. He's tough mentally. You can see it. It doesn't faze him. Even if he starts a game off bad, he just continues to deal. And it's just unfortunate that the Sixers gave him away. And I know everybody's all worried about the 22nd pick and, oh, well, at least they got that and more draft picks. It doesn't matter. I mean, do you know how hard it is to hit on a player in the 20s in the first round? You already had one that could have really helped out your guard rotation, and you gifted him away to the best team in the league that could be a potential dynasty. And it's just an absolute atrocity at this point. Simple as that. So at the end of the day, man, I am just tired of talking about it. He continues to prove me right. I said Jared McCain would have a 20-point game in the playoffs. He now has 2 of them in the Western Conference Finals alone. I don't want to hear anything ever again about the Sixers selling high and about this being just a throw-in trade and it's expendable and it doesn't matter, because of course it does. Of course it does. So Jared McCain was an unbelievable spark for the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. Caruso just did his thing again. And when you have all these different players, when you have Kenrick freaking Williams coming in, hitting 2 threes, when you have Jalen Williams, the other one coming in, hitting or grabbing 4 rebounds, Cason Wallace with 7, 4, 5, 2, and 2. I mean, they are just absolutely loaded with talent. They are loaded with talent, man. It's why they're such a deep team. And it's why they're building this window out for the next 3 to 4 years. I mean, they just have so much wiggle room. They can get off some of these contracts. They can get rid of some of these players if they want, when they need to. And they have the 12th pick in the draft. If the Sixers were smart, they would have tried to get their own first-round pick back from the Thunder, which ended up being number 12 in the draft. It's just unbelievable, man. It really is. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. The Sixers should have gotten their first-round pick back from OKC. If they were going to actually trade McCain, instead of getting the Rockets pick at 22, they should have got their own first-round pick back. But it is just a complete organizational malpractice and a screw-up, and I just am tired of talking about it, but we're going to have to until Jared McCain wins the ring this season. So that's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. The Thunder were the more prepared team tonight. They were the aggressors. They played harder, and they just hit more shots. Sometimes it is as simple as that, and that is how I feel watching this game. How do you guys feel, man? Any final thoughts? Drop them in the chat. This was a very long, tedious game with all the fouls, everything going on, but we continue to break these games down every single night. So give me your thoughts in the chat. $2 super chat. AP says Leon Rose will sign Jared McCain in a few years. I doubt that. I don't think I could see Jared McCain in New York. Knicks aren't even going to have enough money anyway, so, you know, they're all in right now. Maybe if they're rebuilding, you know, maybe they'll go out and pay Jared McCain. But it's unbelievable, man. Jared McCain was able to drop 24 in Game 3 to swing a game in the Thunder favor. And he was also able to pretty much put this one out of reach as a starter in his first career playoff start. It's just unbelievable. That is the guy that the Sixers traded because they apparently didn't need him and wanted to re-sign Quentin Grimes and wanted to duck the tax. They thought he was expendable. That is why Daryl Morey got fired. That is why Daryl Morey got fired. So, anyway, that is where I'm at. It's just, there's been so much pain for us Sixers fans. I just want y'all to know that, man. There's been a lot of pain for us Sixers fans. Have some grace for us, man. We're potentially having to watch a 5-year span of Jokic getting a ring, Celtics getting a ring, and maybe the Knicks. You got Jared McCain who gets traded away for a bag of Doritos. I mean, the pain just doesn't stop, man. It's tough. Joshua Harris will have to pay for the crimes that has been committed with the Jared McCain trade. I just can't believe people really didn't see this, man. It's unbelievable. They tried to tell me that Cam Payne and Dalen Terry were the answers. I don't know. That's what I got in this game, man. I don't have any other thoughts. Dom says McCain was a vibes guy. Beer Batter Gummy Shark says should have tried to get the 12th pick. Yeah, man. The fact that the Thunder have the 12th pick in the draft is just insane to me, man. It's unbelievable to me. How did they get the 12th pick in the draft? Let's look up the Thunder draft picks before we get out of here. Let's see. The Thunder have three first-round picks in this first round. They have, actually, I don't think the 12th pick was the Philly pick. I think that was their other one, but still, it's going to be like a really good pick. So they're going to have 3 firsts in the draft. They're going to have a second with a swap right. They're going to have 3 firsts in 2027. They're going to have a second in 2027. They're going to have a first in 2028. They're going to have 3 seconds in 2028. They're going to have 2 firsts in 2029, 4 seconds in 2029, a first in 2030, and 4 seconds in 2030. I mean, this is just not fair, man. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, man. All right, guys. Yeah, they've just finessed the entire NBA. And they're probably going to end up trading some of their current players when they have to pay them and getting more first-round picks. Crazy, bro. Anyway, that is where I'm at. That is how I feel. The OKC Thunder have a 3-2 lead. My final point here is the series over. I can't say that for certain. The San Antonio Spurs could come out next game and look completely different. This whole series has been unpredictable. I think they're going to do whatever it takes to get Wemby healthy. Obviously, all the pressure in the world was on the Thunder tonight. They came out, they got the job done. But going back to San Antonio, that series, that building is going to be rocking. So I do think they can push it to a Game 7, which will just make things even harder. But, you know, hopefully we get a tighter game. I think the Spurs will come back ready to fight. They're not going to go down easy. It's going to be a very good one on Thursday night. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'll give my prediction on Thursday night, but I think I don't think it's nearly over yet. I think the Spurs are going to come back fighting. So we'll see. $2 Super Chat. AP says Leon Rose always gets his man a 6-year rebuild. Yeah, I don't think Jared McCain's going to the Knicks. I think Jared McCain's content where he's at right now. He is cooking. He is on his way to getting a ring, and he's a big part of it. So, unfortunately, that is what Sixers fans have to endure and watch. Anyway, we will see what happens, man. It is the post-game show presented by Kalshi. The Thunder win Game 5, 127-114. They are one game away from going back to the NBA Finals again against the New York Knicks. We'll see what happens on Thursday night. Big-time dominant performance. Wemby better show up. Shout out to Caruso. Shout out to McCain and the rest of the crew. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. The mods, the members. Crazy game tonight. Hope to see you all in the next one. Good night, everybody. Peace.